for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. From the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
I got a lot of shit on this table today. There's just like a lot of shit. Maybe not. I don't know.
Whiskeys, beer,
just,
water. We got water. We're healthy.
No, I always have water. Like normally I have like a bottle of water here. I got a mug of whiskey right now and a mug of beer. DVD. The dry erase board. It just feels cluttered over here today. I don't fucking know why. So pardon my intolerance for whatever. I'm just fucking moody today. Fucking allergies, yo.
Oh, I thought it was this time of the month.
No, I don't believe my fucking vagina. No, but I've been getting fucked up by allergies, yo. Like I've been taking the fucking Zyrtec, and it had been working, but now it's not. And man,
yeah,
it's been
allergies.
rough.
I didn't have any today, but I was having them.
On Thursday, I felt like I was getting, Friday, I felt like I was getting fucking just bum rushed. Like I couldn't stop sneezing. I couldn't breathe. I just felt miserable. And then I think I came home, took some Benadryl. I think it was Wednesday afternoon, because I was in a bad spot. I was just fucking feeling horrible. I went up, recorded Nerd Rage Radio. So we recorded episode 400. But the episode 399 got messed up. So we recorded 399 after 400. And, we made mention of it. That's one thing I was explaining on there to them that I like about just our network of podcasts and how we do it. Is like we don't shy away from like if we fuck up. I was like, we fucked up. We have a sound issue? Oh, well, that's what you get in today.
We got one issue with our mics off.
Yeah. That's just life. But no, this one though for $3.99, he played back what it came out as. There was no audio, like there was nothing audible, but there was these weird computerized sounds, and it sounds like he was making beats.
Like, that's sometimes the accidents is what makes the best.
I
beats.
told him, yo, hold on to that though. like you got something there. But after I got home, I told the girls, I was like, let's play Super Mario Party. So I was like, all right. So I took a Benadryl. And when I take Benadryl, most people, it makes you loopy and like a little drowsy. And I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm not in the mood for jokes. I'm not in the mood for playing. Don't fuck with me. And I'm like playing Super Mario Party, like very serious. I'm like not fucking around. I think Sophie said something to me. She was trying to like gloat because she beat me in a game. And I was like, oh, really? I made sure she didn't win another game the rest of the time. And so I was like, oh, someone's moody. And I looked at her, oh, you're next. And like at the end of it, like you collect stars throughout the game. And then at the end, there's like a bonus round, like bonus stars. Who moved the most spaces, who won the most bonus games, who shopped the most, who ate the most candy, bullshit like that. I won all the bonus stars. Now that is kind of somewhat luck because it's random. There's like 8 categories. They randomly pick them, and I only really won 3 categories, and it happened to be the 3 bonuses. And then afterward, like when it showed me as like the ultimate winner, I just looked at them, dropped the remote, and was like, "Turn the shit off." It's like, "What, dude? I can't." That's why I can only take Benadryl like before bed. I can't take Benadryl midday.
I think that I've taken Benadryl.
Oh, you're missing out.
I have like the generic version of Claritin that I take for allergies.
Get that generic.
It only works if I take it before I go outside. Like if I already went outside, it's too late.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I have to take the Zyrtec. Well, I take the generic Zyrtec, which is just as good. I have to take it first thing in the morning because if I step outside and it's all I've already got hit. Nope, the damage is done. That pollen's up in my nose,
Yeah, I wonder how today was, because I was outside today, but I didn't have any effects. But I was near like the water, but also it rained, so I wonder if it temporarily washed it off. Because usually though, a day after the rain, if it's sunny, then that shit's terrible. That's when everything
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. Like yesterday was pretty rough before the rain, but today, because I went out briefly, because I went to see Evil Dead Rise, which I'll talk about that later, and it wasn't too bad. Now, again, I only went out to my car, drove to the theater, got out of my car, went into the theater. Those are my only outside interactions. But I had an effect, but it wasn't horrible, because if that were Friday or early Saturday, that little bit of outside interaction, I would have been a fucking dead man. So, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit more sensitive than I have been in the past. So, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never even had them until a few years ago.
Yeah, we getting old, son.
Sucks. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. You get allergies later. Like I said, I think I've mentioned on here. I like laugh at people, like not laugh, but like, ha, you got allergies. I don't. And it's like, ha, I got them too now.
Well, I mean,
and I was telling Bea the same thing. She was like, I never got allergies, but now she's starting to get them. I was like, yeah, see, you just because you didn't get them in your early 20s, they come later.
Yeah, I got that peanut allergy. I could eat organic peanut butter with no issue. Bananas, I have a hard time with, but it's really this time of year when the pollen is all fucking up. So that's part of the problem from Wednesday too, or no, was it Friday? One of the nights this week, I had a Reese cup, and I know I'm not supposed to have them, and it was just like, oh well, it's good though.
Right? You eat so many Reese cups for not being able to.
Well, like this time of year, I should definitely not have it because it really fucks me up. The rest of the year is just kind of a nuisance, but like I eat it this time of year, I be all fucked up. Like my voice be raspy. I can't like my wheezing. I'm like, this might be it. But my whole thing is, they're good. I'm kind of worth it. So if I'm dying because of some sort of fucking shock from peanut butter Reese cups, shove 5 more down my throat. Send me out on top, dude. Like, make sure I'm in a good spot. Because if I go out after eating a Reese cup a day before, it's kind of not worth it.
Like autopsy, we found Reese's peanut butter cups in his.
They just see wrappers all around the body. They're like, oh my god.
It's funny as you know that Whitney Houston movie is it on Netflix? Something like that. It's number one. Some Whitney Houston biographical type movie.
I know one just dropped in the theater, not like around Christmas, so
I think
it probably is on Netflix. So I want to see it.
I actually couldn't remember.
They talk about cracking it.
It was like, she's dead, right? And I was like, no. I was like,
No,
wait a minute,
she dead
is
as
she?
shit.
Yeah, I was like, I know she fell out of the limelight like for like a long time ago. Like, but I was like, she was into some drugs. I think she's alive. Then I looked it up and was like, oh no, she's dead.
She dead as shit.
I just couldn't remember for some reason. But then I was looking at like, I guess she drowned in the bathtub, which is
terrible.
I
think her daughter did too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, runs in the family.
Yeah, that's messed up. Nope. If you're in that family, don't take a bath.
I was
because apparently it was an accident, and but what was found in her system was cocaine. Was one of them, but it was like I'm pretty sure I read it. One of the things was Benadryl. She was having allergies, cocaine. Then she had like 3 other prescriptions, and I guess that combination. But then again, she drowned. They don't think it was suicide, but
no, I think she had that combination of drugs, and went under.
Man, that combo must be bad because cocaine makes it so you can't sleep, right? Sounds like she passed out.
It depends on how much Benadryl she took.
And she did have, I think, maybe some kind of heart condition. I think I might have read, or that led to the drowning.
That sucks. But the fucked up thing is Bobby Brown's still kicking. We were talking about Bobby Brown at work the other day. My last day of work, of all things, because at my job there are 3 people, like 3 of us that are pretty tight knit. And one of the managers calls the office. We're on all on speakerphone. He goes, "Oh, Dante, you leaving us, man?" And I was like, "Look, man, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna Beyonce y'all like she did to Destiny's Child. Now this gentleman is gay and he's a big Beyonce fan, and he was like, "Oh no, don't do that." And I was like, "No, I'm just saying. I mean, Beyonce rolled out on the crew, won't even do like a reunion tour or nothing. Like I think it's kind of fucked up. I mean, maybe I'm more like the Bobby Brown of the group. Like I'll come back and hang out with y'all, but I'll just remind y'all how I can make more money by myself than with y'all." And he was like, then we got into this whole Bobby Brown debate, and I was like, "Look, man." Whitney at one point said Bobby Brown is the king of R&B, and that's when I knew she had too much crack. I was like, "Girl, you better sit down." But then the one manager, he was like, "Well, that's not a bad argument." I was like, "It's a horrible argument."
That viral clip came up in my feed actually this week when Bobby Brown's crack fell out when he was performing live, and then he just played it off and picked it up in a little baggie and just put it back in his pocket.
I'm just wondering, why are you taking that on stage with you?
I think something similar happened with ODB, didn't it?
I'm sure.
Like a Wu-Tang concert.
But why?
No, I think he even called it out. He's like, my crack fell out or something. He said something fell out of his, like he called it out. It's like, damn.
But the thing is, though, it's like, why have it with you on stage? You're not using it on stage. Maybe you worried somebody gonna steal it. Crackheads be paranoid, though.
I mean, he was using it on stage, so. It sounds like
I don't
a lot
think
of
he's using it on stage.
Like some love touring, but there's a lot that hate it,
Yeah.
and that's why they get drug problems. Is they're trying to cope with it.
Well, yeah, but you're still not smoking crack on stage.
Yeah, he's probably shouldn't do crack.
He probably smokes crack before, but not in the middle of a performance.
The Beyonce thing too. I always thought that's probably the biggest reason of like groups splitting up. I mean, it's ego, but it's like when because you got to split that money, and sometimes the money's not as good as you would think. No. And then when you're doing all the work and you're significantly more talented than the others, I'm sure that like plays in like, hey, yo, my contract should be 80, y'all should be like 20. Y'all get the rest of it. It's like, no, we split this, and it's like
EPMD.
But if
he was like, I need a whole lot more than PMD.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, Eric was making the beats, wasn't he? But yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, I want more." He was like, "No, we gonna split." He was like, "Mm-mm."
I'm pretty sure there's like tons of groups, or one person was doing way more work, and it's like, I could go out solo and make all the money.
Well, and that's the thing when you look at like groups, like using boy bands and the pop groups especially. It's like you look at those. It's like whenever I see like a pop group, my first thought is always like, oh, I wonder who's gonna go solo. Like which one's gonna make it as a solo artist?
Should have a salary cap for boy band. Who gets what percentage? Like Justin Timberlake must have been. He would have been killing if they had that on his group.
Well, the thing is, like,
who was it? Lance. Lance didn't do much.
Yeah, Lance and like Chris didn't do shit. No, so I think it was like Justin and JC. They were like the voices of the group, and JC was actually like really the voice. He could sing his ass off, and then when Justin went solo, his shit blew up, and then JC went solo, and
Justin worked with the better producers.
Yeah,
better
exactly. He was like, "Yeah, let me go ahead and get with Timberland and Pharrell,
Timberland, the Britney video.
Yeah,
that should just click.
Yeah, I mean, it's like his first solo like single. It was catchy, and MTV pumped it a lot. MTV was like, "You're gonna have to listen to it. We're gonna force this on." I was like, "Okay, it's catchy." And then when he dropped that Cry Me a River, I was like, ooh. I mean, everybody knew what that song was about, and that's why that song became like a hit. So, well, I mean, it was a good song too, but the gossip of like, oh, the whole Britney thing and all that shit. So,
the video was amazing.
Yeah, like the video in itself, the beat, the video, like it like honestly, like that's one of the few like CDs. Like, so Sarah bought it for me for Christmas as kind of a joke. And then I actually liked it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's kind of like this.
I mean, that's not usually a typical style of music I like, but I rock that song, that video. And actually, Timberland has quite a few of songs I don't typically like, but his beat made me like it.
Yeah, I mean, in most cases, if Timberland touches something.
Yo, did you ever see that clip when he played one of the beats he did for Jay-Z, where he's like flipping through beats, but it's that dun, 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 dun. I mean, that was a bad imitation. But
Nah, I don't.
when
know
that came on, though, everyone was just like, "Oh shit, that's the one."
Um,
The dirt off your shoulder beat.
yeah. Yeah.
It sounds much better
I,
when it's
I
the
don't.
actual beat.
I don't know that I did it any better,
Yeah.
but I knew what you were talking about
I
when
hear
you
it in my
did it.
head, and then my mouth like that doesn't sound like it.
Um,
But yeah,
well,
they're like playing through beats. Then when that one hit, Jay Z's like, "Oh shit, what was that?"
what was it? It was like I remember Nelly Furtado. Like there's all this talk about this song called "Promiscuous." I was like, oh, like in her style was just kind of like folky and like, oh wow, I can only imagine what that sounds like. And then you hear the beat, and I was like, oh my lord, what is this? And then you hear Timbaland on it, it's like, oh, and then I listened to that album, I was like, holy shit, good for you. So good for Timbaland.
He's a beast.
So let's go ahead and rate this beer.
I was finding it ironic that he never wore Timberlands. Really,
True.
he should wear them to this day, like Timberland everything, but then take out the ER and just put.
I think didn't they get mad at him or something because of that? I
don't know.
I felt like there was something about that, but I don't think it was like heavily publicized. But I felt like I read that
I
somewhere.
always thought like that brand. It was that brand and like Polo, Ralph Lauren. Like
Yeah.
it became like a hip hop thing, and I don't think that was the intention.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
Especially
lots of
Polo.
shit. There's a lot of shit that became.
They're
like,
making some shit for some like old white beat dudes that like sailboats and stuff. And then it became hip hop. But yeah, Timberland was like an outdoor company, and suddenly their boots just became a hip hop thing, and it was like probably their worst boots, and they had to keep them forever. Like, god damn it,
He was like, "Fuck, we're stuck with this because people keep buying them." Well, what was it?
you got to wear them without the laces or the thing folded down.
What was it? Timberland, but there was something else that like took off unintentionally. Oh no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was another name that ended up getting pressed because it was like, hey, wait a minute, you can't do that. So Boot Camp Click, Helter Skelter, Smith and Wesson, they got the cease and desist order put on them because of the name, even though it was like Smith with an F and Wesson like WESS like and some other shit. They're like,
Did they
yeah,
change
no.
I'm thinking did they change their name like completely?
Yeah,
Is it who I think it is? Like
I don't know
I
what
feel
they
like
changed
Rocky,
it to.
some rock.
Like, I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I saw something recently on that, but I remember seeing that article years ago. I was like, oh, yo, chill, son. But Smith and Wesson wasn't feeling that. It's like, we don't want our guns associated with hip hop. I was like, funny. But whatever it is, it sucks. So let's real quick jump to this beer while you look that up.
Smith and Wesson, also known as Coco Braves and Tech and Steel.
I feel like it's Cocoa Brothers, but whatever.
Tech, Steel, Tech and Steel.
Yeah.
Oh, Buckshot was in there.
Yeah. I was trying to remember.
Buckshot was in tons
who
of
else was
he
Buck?
must have been the producer. And then Gun Clappers.
You sound like a white
he
news
must-
reporter, like saying like Snoop Doggy Dog,
Honestly, this dude must have not been on one. He had his parts. cut out.
2-pack Shaker.
Originu. I mean, it's spelled. I don't know this dude. Originu Gun Clappers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad rap name.
Yeah.
He should just went OGC. Sounds a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who Helter Skelter is.
Yeah.
Buckshot.
I love me some Helter
Buckshot
Skelter.
made some beast. He did an album with someone named Self-Titled, and it was like in the 2000s, but the album was called like 1999 or something. But all the beats were like 90s style, like beats he never used, and those beats were freaking awesome. Ready for this beer?
Real quick, I've been listening to a bunch of Mariah, just kind of in order from her first album all the way up. And she has like she does what a lot of artists will do, like, oh, you have a remix album, whereas all your remixes or all your club mixes. And she has one called Rarities, where it's like back when you would buy a single, it's cassette. On the front side is what you're looking for, and on the back side were those B sides that were like unreleased tracks. So she had a whole album called The Rarities, and I was listening to those. There's one of them on there specifically that I know and I love, called Slipping Away. But I was listening to like, The Rarities, and I was like, oh, these are the B-side joints? They should stay there. I was like, nah. Like,
Yeah,
and I love me some Mariah, but
yeah, some of the B-sides back in the day were pretty whack.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, Prince had a whole bunch of B-sides that were actually fucking phenomenal, but he was like, I don't want to release. So they, like, to his standard, he was like, they're not great. But anyone else was like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking good. Like, yeah, that is fucking dog shit. Like, fucking relax, Jehovah's Witness. Fucking pray much. So, all right, let's go to this beer.
all right, first beer this week. It's called Cold Seal by 6 Point Brewery. We've done a few by them. We did I think that was called Resin and some other variation of Resin. We like them. So this is out of Brooklyn, New York. Yep. And this is a cold Imperial IPA with Citra and Centennial hops, but with added grapefruit. You do get that little grapefruit taste in it. 8.2%. So pretty solid percentage. And I think this one was pretty good cold.
Yeah.
And I like the can. It has that like little texture. I like when cans do that.
Okay. So, you, like the Bud Light
I
haters
don't-
right now, we're like, fuck that can.
6 point. I mean, we got a skull. You can't go wrong with skulls.
I guess.
I mean, it reminds me of like a Navy SEAL type thing where it's called Cold Seal.
Is that
That's
you or
Brett
me?
calling.
Oh, interrupting
Let's
us?
see if he has a.
Oh,
I'll listen to a voicemail because I feel like
he's going to leave a voicemail.
potentially could be important. Maybe.
Okay. I was going to say, if you want to take your call, go ahead and take your
We should
call.
put him on air.
I don't have the connector for it,
Like,
but you
Can
could.
you open the door? I gotta.
I got to shit. Like, bitch, I'm not home. I'm going to shit myself. Like, do it while on air. You're in Colompton right now. So, what you said, what was the percentage? 8.2?
All right, I better.
I'm going to put you on. All right, go ahead. All right. And we're back. All right. So, what are we doing with this beer?
We're gonna
8.2?
review it. Yep, 8.2.
8.2.
I think great.
It was tasty. I liked it. I'd buy this. I'm gonna give it a 7.3. I like it.
Yeah, I think 7.3s. That's locked in. That's what I'm giving it.
Safe bet. All right. All right. We're gonna take a brief intermission here for a moment.
It'll seem like no time for y'all.
I know you motherfuckers gonna be like, oh my god, that was the fastest intermission ever. But we're gonna take a brief break and then I will be right back with you motherfuckers. All right. See you in a moment. Haha, guess what, bitches? We back. So y'all thought that was gonna be like hours. It was like kind of a while, but we back.
Yeah,
Y'all didn't feel it, but we did. It's cool. It was important. So
I toured around Maryland.
son,
today.
seriously, you only left me. I hope this beer's nasty then, since you took that much.
I think it's not your style.
I hope
I
it's
didn't
not.
mean to take more though.
Like, dude, I've got like a drop. Well,
Well,
let's see.
you know what?
It's,
Messed me up was this one was big.
true. I mean, it smells pretty solid. Hold on.
What's a sour? So we've either
I don't hate sours.
there
I enjoy sours.
there can be good ones and bad ones.
It's solid. It's
think
pretty good. It's pretty
initially like the taste can sometimes be a little shocking of this, like because it's like, oh, this isn't beer.
good. It's pretty decent. I'm digging it. All right. Hey,
And our best sours have been from this company actually.
solid. So, you were just saying before we got back on air, there was a little quick shout out there.
Yeah, we had a little shout out in story. So shout out to the Colompton Effect. Go check out their podcast.
All right.
Colompton. I see maybe a collaboration.
All right. We might got to be friends there now. So nice. Big shout out to them. Go give them a follow on Instagram. Go check out their podcast. But don't leave us for them. Don't do that. Just like listen
Just
to us
add-
both.
add.
Yeah, like we all friends here. We're friends.
We're all Americans. Not all of us, but
Like relax. Like Bahamian American. Actually, we just had that talk at work. It was like the whole African American versus black. I was like, well, if you're from Haiti, you live up here. It was like, would you call them African American? But people were like, I'm just trying to be politically correct. I just don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, why can't we just say the color? It works better.
Yeah.
I feel like it's less invasive.
But I feel like some people get offended by that though.
Yeah.
So it's so tough because so many people get so offended by things.
Yeah. Well, we have the whole identify as thing, and I think
No, I don't.
race will be next.
Well, like I said, was it last episode I mentioned that one chick, like, she was passing as black for a while, and then it's like she got in trouble. But meanwhile, Leah Thompson, can go out there and swim as a man the year before, and come back as a woman, and just destroyed everybody in that fucking meet.
Yeah, we had mentioned Woe Vicky. She thinks she can use the N word. Someone way back in her family is apparently black.
It's like I don't think that's how that works.
Did you hear
kid.
that there was a story of someone in, I believe they're British, and they had some kind of trauma or accident, but they woke up with a Chinese accent. Which
Yes.
I don't understand that at all because that's a made up accent because she can't speak Chinese.
Yeah, I mean, people were. Well, did you see?
Probably pretty offensive.
I don't know if you might have sent me the video. I know I saw the video recently, and it was like when you get to the end, it was like, wait a minute, like this isn't right. I don't know. People are goofy. People like I was just saying before we got back on air. I put up a post on BJJ Wiki on a jiu-jitsu competition, and the original account I think it's called like a black belt or black woman black belt, maybe. I don't know. Like I should probably properly say that. Maybe give them a shout out, give them a follow or something. I don't fucking know. Let's go check it real quick because I just had somebody comment on it. Well, a friend commented, like not a hater. Let's see here. Black woman black belt, yes, on Instagram. And then someone commented, basically, well, I don't know what their race has to do with anything with the post. Like if it's a white woman, jiu-jitsu, people get mad. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't post it because it's a black woman. I posted it because it was a tight move. And I commented back. So I was like, look, I posted it, or I added the name so I can give credit to the person I got it from. If you got a problem with the name, you go talk to them. I don't care. Like anyone that follows any of my accounts, if I repost something, I credit the person first, unless I write something and then I put whatever I have to write, and then I put the person's credit underneath that and whatever they had there. Like it's like people like to get online and cause these fucking arguments, and it's like, what do you have anything else to do with your day?
Some people truly like to argue.
Yeah, that is a fact. That's someone I put up a post, and it's not even Jesus. Apparently it's St. Jude or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like I had people giving me shit about that. Like whatever post I put up, let's talk about, Jesus looking down at us, as they see you wrist locking people on the mats. And it's like this like statue, like with these wide eyes. And someone's like, that's not even Jesus, it's St. Jude. Learn your fucking religion. I was like, shut the fuck up. And then someone else was like, you don't make fun of someone's religion. Unfollow. Don't tell me you're unfollowing, because now I'm just gonna put you on blast.
I like the TYSM. Thank you so much.
But
I would take that into. It reminds me of Will Ferrell too, when he in Step Brothers, when the dude once says something like, "I don't know what it is about your face, but it just makes me want to punch you." He's like, "I will take that into consideration. Do what I think is best."
was like, I used to say thanks for the follow. Now I just like, if it's really that fucking obnoxious, I just block them and delete them. I was like, go away. Like you want people to fucking
just respond like, "Thank you so much. To check out more, check out my podcast at this time."
Well, what was it? Someone else was complaining about the religious thing as well, and I just gave him a thumbs up and said, okay. I was like, all right, cool. Like, if you're gonna unfollow. You don't need to tell me.
Yeah, I find it funny too when I find like a band, and then a person comments something bad about them. It's like, why are you following them?
Yeah.
Like, if you hate them so much that you want to say something negative, why are you even? How did you come across their page, and why do you feel the need to comment? Just scroll by.
The Rob Zombie posts are the most amazing groups of haters. Anytime he does a movie, they come out in droves. They're just like, they just have so much shit to say, and it's like, why are you here?
I've seen that guy Mad Child, who's had like some substance abuse problems in the past, but people are like, he's on a tour, and he's like, "Are you gonna really be there?" It's like, I mean, that's he's. I find it amusing. He actually comments back like, "Yeah, I'm on tour." Like that's the plan. I don't
Like,
think he
yeah,
never
no.
planned to miss dates.
Yeah, assholes. What was it? Speaking of like bizarre follows, I don't know if I told you. Like, I know I took a screenshot of it. One of the fucking insane
Oh
clown
yeah, I
posse
forgot.
dudes.
I forgot. I think you messaged me and it was like late, and I didn't get a response. And I was like, I was thinking about the other day. I was like, yo, we never mentioned that.
Because I be forgetting shit, dude. Like I don't remember shit. But then I just saw well because I had a WWE wrestler just follow me, Karrion Cross. He just followed me today. I was like, huh, that's cool. So Karrion Cross followed BJJ Wiki, which isn't a shocker because I have a few WWE wrestlers following me. You know, some might brag, not me. And then on So You Like Horror, Violent J followed me. I was like, weird. Okay. I was like, I don't even fuck with Insane Clown Posse like that, but I'm gonna give them a follow back. Let's
I
see where
hear
this
they
goes.
put on good festival.
They probably do, but I don't fuck with clowns like that, dude. I'm not scared of clowns, but I definitely don't fuck with that crowd. They're a bunch of weirdos, yo. Like like everyone's a weirdo, but there's some weirdos. Like capital
I
weird.
remember at one point they tried to claim they were like Christian rappers. At one point,
Not shocked.
they were actually Christian rappers.
Okay, relax.
It was probably like record sales took a hit. No, we weren't. We're just
Like fuck Jesus. Like damn.
I find that even weird. Like the Christian being labeled a Christian rapper. So it's like then all of your songs gotta kind of be like praising God in a way. I've not heard a Christian rap song that's not about religion. So
So I don't know if that's necessarily a rule, but I think they
I
do
think
it to
that
kind of
is.
make a point. Well, because Amy Grant is a Christian pop artist, but not all her songs had anything to do with Jesus. I think on
I
like
think
three
the rap
songs.
ones do.
Well, I think they do it to kind of make it a point, though. I don't think there's a rule though saying, hey, if you're gonna do hip hop under this banner, you got to talk about Jesus. I think they just do it kind of like, as a point to make it known. Like, look, this is what I
Damn.
do.
Can you make any party songs?
Jesus turned the water to
Like,
wine.
no drinking. Let's see. We have.
Oh bullshit! Now if he's turning water to wine, you know they getting down. There's no way
I
they're
guess
not.
wine. All right, we got wine at our party.
Jesus never said
Wine
that.
makes everyone sleepy. That's not gonna be a good party.
What kind of wine you drinking, son? I'll be ready.
Man, we had a wine party. I don't feel like that's gonna be like a high energy party. We're gonna have a lot of headaches.
Y'all are some losers. Like, look, man. When I be drinking wine, I'm ready to have fun. Maybe I'm just drinking my wine different than y'all.
I mean, I chug my wine. You know that. We've talked about that. I don't
Exactly.
understand how I
That's
drink
what
wine
I'm
like
doing.
a shot. It's like this is a delicious shot.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm in for the party at that point. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just do things different than y'all. But when I drink some wine, it's about to be a good time. Like, hey, look, I just feel like if they did some Christian rap party songs, they might do a little better. Like, because Jesus never said there was anything wrong with weed or edibles or coke for that
Yeah,
matter.
but there are people who don't like a lot of the supporters. They don't believe in having fun like that.
But you know, good and got
You know what is fun? Praising the Lord.
you know, good and goddamn well those pastors be out there fucking doing.
You
coke.
know, I went to this camp and my brother went to it too, and he loved the camp. My experience
course
was
he did.
completely different. But it was also like I didn't know anyone at this camp. But it was it was like those teen adventure camp,
Okay.
but it was also religious. So at some point, so the teens are the oldest people at this camp. You know, it's like 13, whatever.
Yeah.
And we gotta go do some stuff. The camp part wasn't so bad, but we had these like, I guess you'd call it assembly, and they sang like all these church songs with the guitar and stuff. And I was not feeling it. I'm just like everyone's singing along. You see me in the back, just like, what the hell am I doing here?
This shit is kind of lame.
But this was like I guess as I started to get into hip hop, and then it's like the gangster. Like I remember specifically on it. That was when Back the Fuck Up came out. Because I remember, like we were at a music store and everyone was like, "Yo, we gotta that's the CD to get." When we're at religious camp, so we're like trying not to let the counselor see that we're getting an album called Back the Fuck Up. So it was that era. But yeah, I mean, saying This Little Light of Mine, I'm just like, I'm sitting in the back, like I'm probably the only one not singing. Like, what the hell is this?
I remember I went to.
I don't think I've ever sang a song at church ever. Not one word.
I will lip sync
Yeah,
it.
I'll be like, and I don't
Yeah.
even know the words. I'm like,
Oh, I know the words
I don't even
because
know the
I
words.
hear the shit so much. Because I went to church like every week. Because this one chick Wendy was there. Wendy was cute as shit, yo.
I went to the
Like, I'm
Catholic
about to
church
let me
where
go
it's
look
the
Wendy up real quick.
exact same thing. I feel like it's the same episode on repeat.
I gotta go find.
We all
Wendy.
chant the same thing at the same time.
Hold
That's
on.
where I got the peace be with you and also with you. That part was weird. You gotta turn around and
Well,
shake hands.
I think everybody got that from there because church.
Is that every church that do the peace be with you? Also
Well,
with you.
like Catholic, Lutheran. I mean, in that offshoot. Yeah, I don't think like Baptist and Presbyterian and Pentecostal do that. I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like it's like shimmy shimmy y'all. It's the same verse twice.
Oh,
Every church, it's the same thing. There's like I guess one little part in the middle that's different. We all stand up, sit down,
oh. Wendy's like
chant something at the
actually
same time.
something relatively, I don't want to say important, but she has a pretty decent following on something like look at you, Wendy. Like, I'll give a follow. Sure, why not? I'm gonna give a follow. I'm a fan too. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that means. Come on, computer, phone.
We did get our questions in.
Of
I read
course.
the beginning ones. They're kind of funny.
So, did I? I don't know if I texted. I texted to myself the Domino's pizza code,
No.
the promo code. Ooh. So, what's the dude name? He's on TikTok and Instagram. But he was basically saying how he hasn't paid full price for a pizza in 10 years, and he was like, "Go to Domino's and order a large 3-topping pizza, then type in promo code." Hold on, I got it. I texted it to myself. I got you. I sent it to Manuel, and I thought I sent it to you, and I sent it to Mark, but I was like, and I tested it because I went through all the steps of trying to order a pizza, but I didn't actually order a pizza. I didn't want a pizza that day. But if you go to Domino's, order a large pizza, 3 toppings. Then in the coupon section, put in promo code 9174, and it takes 40% off. I was like, okay, that's solid. And then if you want to do it for a medium pizza, you got to get 5 toppings. It's kind of fucking weird. Like, I don't know if like the 3 toppings is kind of a stretch for me because honestly, I'm not a toppings kind of guy for a pizza. Like, what's your favorite topping on a pizza?
Sausage.
Of course, you love
like
sausage.
sausage.
I fucking knew it.
Well, the thing with pepperoni to me is it overpowers the pizza sometimes. I feel like any pizza with pepperoni is good, so it's tough to gauge the pizza as much without the pepperoni. And also part of the pepperoni thing I don't eat anymore is just because I saw a former place we worked at the nutrition on the pepperoni. I was like shocked.
Yeah, I mean,
Where it wasn't worth that pepperoni.
well, like I can say for their pizza, that like the pepperoni is super overpowering. I'm at a point now where I don't even like getting pepperoni there. I get extra cheese because I love me some cheese, but and from time to time I'll do a sausage because sausage is kind of like the unsung hero.
Sausage is
Like-
my favorite. Ground beef can be good, but
I don't
that's
think
not common.
I don't
I would
mess with
say
ground beef on that.
normally I get cheese, sausage. I do like an onion or tomato, depending on the tomato. Not when it's like the sliced
Yeah,
Roma or what do you call it? The bigger tomatoes.
Yeah.
I like the cherry tomatoes. If those are like cooked, those are good.
so tomato like topping on a pizza is wild to me.
Bad does if we have the cherry tomatoes, she'll fry them in a pan, cut them in half, then put them on pizza. Those are bomb.
So what I like that you used to do where we used to work, if you order double pepperoni, because it's lame, it's like just 2 slices, like on top, like you diced it up. I was like, oh, that's slick. I like it. I like it a lot. I like that. I normally go if I get pizza anywhere, it's normally pepperoni. Except for there now, I tend to steer away from it just because it does overpower it. Now other places, I don't feel that's the case, but I like to do ham from time to time and sausage. Like I'll do sausage if I'm feeling like really squirrely that day. I'm like, you know what? Let's get wild, and then it's always the extra cheese. Extra well because I'll do bowlies, and bowlies is usually two toppings, two large, and I'll do extra cheese, and then pepperoni and extra cheese and ham. But Sophie don't be fucking with ham like that. She does. She likes bacon, but she's like weird. She's like, I don't like ham.
Bacon's one that sometimes can be good or bad. Like
I don't do bacon.
I would say in
Sarah
general, I don't like bacon on pizza. Like there's the former place where the pre-cook they put way too much of that. Stuff on.
I think that's why I don't like bacon on pizza.
They put so much on there. Like it's too much.
It's actually obnoxious.
Too crunchy too.
I've seen people like just throwing it on there. It's like, yo, you're not even trying.
Yeah. So someone when my brother he had like the accident with the dog bite. Someone got him a deluxe with the pre-cooked, and Brett did. One, that's just the wrong pizza for him. He will not eat mushrooms.
Yeah.
Even though I think the deluxe, you don't really taste it.
I'm sure you don't, but it's still
like
a
unique flavor. Like everything put together on the deluxe is good together, but the pre-cooked, no. Like me and Bear ate most of that because Brett doesn't eat that kind of food. We just took it all off. It's like this is way too much bacon, and then the soft bacon it just makes a grease pit.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for bacon on my pizza, and I love me some bacon. But when it comes to pizza,
we don't need bacon on pizza.
Yeah, people need to chill. Like Sarah loves her some pre-cooked bacon on the pizza, and I'm like, girl, you better chill. Fuck you doing?
Yeah, depending on who puts it, you might get your money's worth. They might put fucking like $20 or I've seen
that's
the amount of bacon on the pizza Brett got was enormous. Like holy crap.
Unnecessarily aggressive. Chill, y'all. So but yeah, so for that, if y'all trying to like test that code out, go to Domino's.com, order yourself a large 3-topping pizza, and you can do this works for multiple. So if you order 4 of them, that code's gonna work for all 4 pizzas. It's gonna take 40%. Yes, I would. Fuck you. Like
I don't like multiple toppings, but what I do like is one topping on all 4 pizzas.
And I want to see what the fucking problem is. Son.
Cheese, extra cheese, pepperoni, sausage. That's
and ham. So, and the dude even pointed out, I was like, yeah, extra cheese is considered a topping, so go for it. I was
extra cheese changes. It's a different taste.
Yeah. Yep.
It's different.
We got Bowlies the other night.
It makes your pizza significantly feel like you're eating more.
Yeah, that's why I get it. I'll get the extra cheese because it's like I don't because I don't like going to any home and you say, hey, we've got pizza, because there's this unwritten rule where if you're eating pizza at someone's home, 2 slices. That's not the rule in Dante's mind. My rule is 5. 6 if you're really comfortable. I remember going up to Newmarket, Nerd Rage gathering, and I remember Bobby's wife, she texted me, was like, what kind of pizza do you like? And I was like, I'm really just kind of a cheese or extra cheese kind of guy. I mean, no big deal. So she orders a bunch of pizzas. There's like stacked boxes of pizza, and then she goes, Dante, here's a pizza for you, because I heard you talking on the podcast, and you said you always feel uncomfortable because you feel like you can only get 2 slices. And I was like, and I felt guilty, but at the same time I felt heard. I was like, thank you. And then I fucking devoured that pizza. And I saw someone look at that pizza, and then it was like a dog with a chew toy, and you just kind of get that grrr. Like that's how I looked at him. Like what you looking at? Don't do that. But try that out, and if you're really fucking wild with it and you want to get 5 toppings, go try the medium one too. The medium code is different though. I don't know if I text that because I was like, I'm not gonna ever fucking use that medium code. Oh, I did. So it's 4 toppings. I thought it was 5. Domino's medium 4-topping pizza, promo code 5162. But if you want to do that large one, that seems more feasible. Who orders a medium pizza anyway? Fucking losers.
I would assume it's a personal pizza.
So when
I
Domino's
mean, if you're ordering that,
Domino's used to do that $5.99 if you order like 3 mediums or
someone
something.
that's got a problem, but they're like in their head, like, I just got a medium. I'm healthy.
I did that. I did that
Like,
a few months back. I was like, well, I'm trying to eat less, so I'm just gonna get a
I just got a
medium.
medium myself. Feeds 2 to 3, but
Like I sat there, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get medium pizzas, and like Sarah and Sophie like split a pizza, and
what'd
then
you
I
have for
just
lunch?
crushed
I had
one.
pizza, but I only had a medium.
So when I first started dating Sarah, I used to order a big New Yorker from Pizza Hut and eat that for lunch every day, and then I would get a 5 piece nugget from Wendy's, and then 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers. Yo, I was getting that, but I mean that was back in the day where like I was super
Yeah,
duper
I miss
active.
those days.
Like I was just eating anything and everything without batting an eye, and then people would
Yeah.
come over to my classroom like, yo, are you gonna eat that whole pizza? And I look at them like,
Yeah, if
"Ooh,
I
you
ate
want
that
a
now,
slice?"
that'd be 10 pounds.
She's like, I eat that now, I'm fucked for like ever. Like I'm gonna go to sleep, and then it's just like, oh, right now I got to shit. Um, but yeah, go get your pizza fix on after I just talked about shitting.
Domino's sponsor us. You like
Yeah,
it?
fuck yeah. Ooh, and then one other thing, I've been playing spades on the phone. So I found one that has like Joker, Joker, Deuce. Um, the problem is you're playing against a computer, and they don't play to win. So too often, tens and jacks are walking when there's clearly an ace to be played, and motherfuckers, it's like how do you count books? You know like whenever I look at my hand now and it's like I see a queen, I'm like, ugh, I guess I gotta count it because this bitch gonna walk. Like, I don't even know how to fuck. I'm so angry with this game, but it's the only game because I don't feel like rifling through all of them. It's the only one that I could find Joker, Joker, Deuce. Everything else is like Ace, and then
Yeah,
all the
I have some like a spades app. The games are legit, but yeah, it doesn't do the Joker Joker Juice. It's just 2 3 ace.
yeah.
But people, for the most part, play right. It's just one of the more casual games until you get some money to play the bigger one. It's super fast. It's like you play up to 150. Like so, it's like 2 rounds sometimes. Like
Mm.
if you go to 8 and 7, you win. Like it's over quick.
Um.
So the bags aren't very meaningful when it's that low of
Yeah.
a score.
So I on this one, it is just some fucking bullshit spades game. Yeah, it's like Joker, Joker, Deuce, bags. You can choose if you want to play 350, 500, 750, 1,000. I just do 500. That's usually the standard. And it just gets frustrating because, man, I'm like sitting there. I look at my hand. I'm like, yo, I got a rack of spades. I got all the aces. I got a queen. I got a 10. It's like, and sometimes those tens walk, and it's like they shouldn't be walking, you know. Cause like, and there's no setting to change it to like make it harder or like play to win because that's what it's supposed to be about, play to win. So if I play a deuce and then the guy next to me plays a jack, and then my partner plays a fucking 3, and then this cat over here plays a fucking 4. It's like, yo, where the fuck's that ace at? And then the next run is like, oh, my partner played a queen. Well, why did you play that queen on that jack? Oh, and this motherfucker played the ace. It's like, well, okay, you didn't play the ace. That makes sense. But it's like, yo, just play to win. Get your books, dog. All right, fuck that. Spades. I'm
We'll have a
angry.
tournament eventually. We'll set something up.
Tell
Ready?
me, tell me about the. Yeah. Let's go ahead and rate this. Tell me about this bar you discovered.
All right, which one to go first?
Let's go with the beer because I know we're gonna forget.
Berry Monkey. So, we did something similar to this,
Mhm.
and Victory has had good sours. So this is fruited sour tripel. Tripels usually taste like that Belgian spicy taste, but I think this just tastes like a typical sour. Perfectly fruited sour tripel ale loaded with raspberries. I did taste that, and other natural flavors. And the good thing with Victory sours is it is a 9.5.
That changes everything for me. Well, I liked it. It tastes good. I mean, the little sip that I had because someone poured like I don't know 3/4 of the beer in their glass. A little questionable, but whatever. I like this. And what was the thing again?
9.5.
9.5. Damn.
So you got it. a high one. And they've made some. We've definitely done some other sours by them around that 10% range.
Mm-hmm. I like this.
They're good at them.
Tasty and a 9.5.
Downingtown, Pennsylvania is where they are.
It's tough because I don't feel like I had enough of
I think
it.
we had Sour Monkey. There was another one similar to this name.
I did have Sour Monkey out at World of Beer. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna go 7.7. It was enjoyable. Kind of want to do 7.8, but I feel like this
So
is
I
too
didn't
generous.
like the initial taste at first
I
because it's
enjoyed it.
following a bitter beer. So the sour is like completely different. So then I got used to it, and then it started growing on me. So I'm gonna go 7.5, but it's questionable. It could be higher. I wish I had more because it was getting better and better. It's not a typical IPA taste at all. I mean, it's quite sour, but it makes it kind of crushable for a 9.5.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's the
if
thing.
you're like us and you like crushable high percentages.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're like, those suckers out there talk about, well, real beer is a Bud Light.
Oh, I saw some guys at the bar today. So I'll get to the bar, but they were full sleeve tattoos.
Sounds like a fun
Looked
bunch.
like some tough dudes. And then I was looking at their drinks and I was like, yo, they're ordering drinks like they hate alcohol. It was like nothing but like the those special cups for the Red Bull and something like you gotta drink. Those are fun in between. But then I was looking, it was like nothing but like fruity drinks with a straw. And I was just like, oh, these guys like girly drink.
So I've done that though. I've gone to a bar and like ordered wine and like fruity drinks and shit because it's like they're tasty, but also like say something to me. Hit you in the head with a bottle. Like I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna hit you with a bottle. But because I remember at the Phoenix, Mario, like we would go there and just drink, and it's like, yo, we should just go there because we're on like the employee tab. I was like, yo, let's just like order wine like all night. Just have a good time with it. It was like, yeah. Because, I mean, like, everybody's coming there getting beers. Like, what do we look like just sitting there drinking wine? Like, what? Like, why y'all just drinking wine? You're not going to drink a Jack and Coke? Like, nah, so I'm drinking this wine tonight, doggy. I'm get this sangria. Like, because that's the only wine I be fucking with. Sangrias.
Yeah, I like the Jack and Coke. I like the, if I'm trying to watch calories but still want the alcohol effect, I'll go sugar-free Red Bull vodka. Jameson is a good go-to for me now.
I don't know. I'm just...
What's mixed drink? I don't do mixed drinks to sugary as much. I just don't... Sugar just kind of makes me feel, like, full.
It's like, I'll do... I mean, my main thing is going to always...
I had a real strong Red Bull vodka today.
Like, I'm more often not, the go-to Jack and Coke. If I'm feeling really adventurous, then, I'll start looking around at other shit. But I stick with the things I know. Like, give me a Jack and Coke or beers.
But it's almost like just drinking soda. They put like a little bit of something in it and then fill it with Red Bull and something.
When we went
tasty.
When we went to the casino to watch one of the UFC fights,
This thing's kind of similar.
I went and ordered a Jack and Coke up at the bar, and I think it was super expensive, but I think she knew what it was about. She was like, she pretty much just put Jack in it, and like she barely put any Coke. I was like, okay, you get what I'm getting. All right, thank you, lady. And I gave her a tip. I was like, I'm not coming back for another one because hopefully this will fucking fuck me up enough.
Yeah, I'm. So there is a point where the bartenders. I've had it happen to me twice, and both at no, one was not a. The second time was a concert. The first time, I guess, was like a club type thing. But I went with Juan, and we had got too drunk the night before. Like we're like planning to take it easy, like we're not feeling great, so we're just like drinking casual rum and cokes. Suddenly, though, I'm like, we've had two. I'm like, we're obliterated. Like, what the hell? Like, it's bad. Like, I had to help him of like, I won't even get into that. But I ordered a third and was curious because I started to wonder, like, were we roof? Like, what's going on? These aren't rum and cokes. I watched her, and it's a glass like this big. She filled it all with rum, like this high, and just splashed with coke. So it was like 10 shots of rum.
My kind of gal.
So while it is worth your money, but if you're not knowing that you're drinking 10 shots of rum at once, it's dangerous. So I think we had it felt like we had 20 shots. It was miserable the next day. And I was like, we only had 2 drinks. Like, that's nothing for us. The third one, I was in the bathroom. Like, it was puke time.
Soft as baby shit.
I don't know. This rum and coke, nah. If I give you a glass of rum, 2 of them, it's gonna be rough.
Tell me about this bar.
So yeah, this bar, we want to go day drinking sometime soon. So it's in Sparrows Point, which I don't know if that's sort of like in a Dundalk. It's just over the bridge. Yeah. But never heard of it. Never went down that area. It's a little off the beaten path, but it's only 30 minutes from me. I think even shorter for you because we're heading down south.
Yeah.
Kind of look. Have you ever been to Secrets? I don't think you said you've been to Secrets, but it's a big outdoor bar, sand, but like it's right on the water, huge. Like there's probably like 4 or 5 bars within the bar, but this is not like Secrets in that it's not a bunch of young people getting fucked up and thrown up in the water. It's a little bit of an older crowd. So if you were like single, don't go here. The average age woman's probably like 50. But if you want a fun bar to chill
don't
at,
hate on the old gals, yo.
you would hate on it.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll be looking at the old gals. I'm like,
Not this one. Too.
You be looking, wow, girl, what's up? What you trying to do?
But it was a good bar. Drinks were reasonably priced for this kind of place. Great atmosphere, like great spot. Just look cool. I can show you pictures in a little bit, but we should check it out. I think.
So I was gonna say let's go out Saturday, but it's gonna rain Saturday apparently.
Yeah, we can see this weather always changes. Oh, here's one picture you can see, but we were at the bar. So the bar had TVs. Oh, I didn't get a picture of the TVs. Yeah, they had the Orioles, the Nats, and the NBA game. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Which the Orioles today won by a wild pitch in overtime.
It's called extra innings.
Extra innings? No, it's overtime.
Okay.
Innings.
You're uncultured, so that's terrible.
I am super cultured.
No, okay. Like you're not, but okay. But no, yeah, I'm definitely down to check it out.
And the fact that it's so close. So they had like an overflow parking, which makes me think if it was a little bit chillier than usual today compared to yesterday. Like we went from 86 to 60 today. So I'm thinking today could have been a lighter crowd than usual. The fact that they have overflow parking.
Yeah, probably.
But fun place.
It's wild because I always look at the bars around here, and I'm like, oh, let's go to a couple of these little bars around here. But then I start looking at all the Trump flags around the area. I'm like, I don't really want to go to the bars around here. Maybe I'm just gonna chill out.
They had so some of their drinks they had the 32 ounce. They got some kind of like
I'm okay with that.
What's the orange crush? But no, she got watermelon, which is really good. Not to say you like watermelon, but
no. The funny thing was like that.
It was really, really good. Like I took a sip and like, god damn, they used like watermelon puree. It was like friggin' beast.
Nice. Okay. Can you stop dropping the coaster?
I didn't drop it. It stuck to my glass.
That's the third time.
That's not fair.
It's the third time.
It's not fair.
It's the third time. Yeah, so this last week was my last week at my current job or my previous job. So I'm taking this week off to kind of get that in betweener, and then basically my weekends are now free. That doesn't mean I'm going day drinking every weekend or doing shit every weekend, because I like the idea of being able to go train on Saturday mornings, but I also like the idea of being able to go do family shit too. So, but this weekend, yeah, let's go look around. Let's go. Fuck it, not even look around. Let's just go somewhere. Go have a couple beers. Just have a good time. I didn't plan on training this weekend. I'm going to train on Friday since I will be available Friday evening, and it's wrestling heavy, so I'm in for that. But this last week at work was real chill. Like it was like it's almost like they knew it was like, yo, this guy's leaving. Just like let's send him out, kind of chill. Except for on Friday. So Friday I take my lunch break. I didn't have no money. I ain't got no gas. So I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna chill. So I locked the office up, put the sign up, send my calls to another facility. I'm chilling. I'm in my Mariah Carey era. I'm listening to all the Mariah joints in order. And like at this point, it's 1995. So we listen to Fantasy at this point. And I'm feeling solid. I'm good. I was like, all right, I'm in a good mood. I hear a small tapping at the door. I was like, well, there's a sign that says I'm on break until 3. Fuck all the way off. Another like minute, maybe minute and a half passes, and it sounds like somebody's punching the door. Like they're banging on the door now. So I jump up with full aggression. I'm ready. I go and I see Florida Evans at the door. So I poke my head. I was like, yeah? It's like, you need to come fix my door. I was like, no, I'm on break. She's like, well, it's your job. And I was like, well, when I'm on the clock, you're correct. It is my job. But I'm on break. So I will do that after. She goes, there's always something wrong when I come here. I was like, okay, that's cool. But I'm on break. So we'll talk about this later. She was like, well, when are you off break? And, the sign is there. So I pull the sign down and show her. And then I move the minute hand to 10. I was like, 3:10 now. Put the sign back up. And she goes walking off, murmur something. I was like, hey, if I came to your job and start fucking with you on your, I didn't say fuck, like, asking for help from you on your lunch break, you wouldn't like it either. So go on over there at 3:10. I will help you. Okay. And, she gets in the car and they're chilling. So I'll go back and I call down the street to the other stores. I was like, yo, I'm taking extra time on my lunch now just to be spiteful. And I explained to him, I was like, all right, go ahead. So now I don't have any money. I don't have any gas, but I decided I'm going to leave. So I made sure they saw me leave. I went up the street, bought some candy, took my time to get back. But I made sure when I got back, it was 3:05. So that way you don't have this idea in your head, oh, he's back. Because I want them to come to the door at 3:05 so I could just remind them I said I'd be back at 3:10. So I'm sitting there. They never come to the door. 3:10 gets there and they leave. I was like, you motherfuckers. Like, fuck y'all. I put a note in their account for my manager just so she'll know, like, look, heads up. This malignant cunt might come back. I didn't write that in the notes because our bosses see that. I don't think they want me writing cunt. And then later on in the day, same day, I get a call from someone who I think might have been drunk or high. He calls like, where am I calling? So I tell him where. It's like, who's this? It was like, it's Dante. He was like, where am I calling? I told him the company. He was like, yeah, I know the company, but what location? I was like, so I'd say the location, like, give me a landmark. So I'd tell him like a landmark. He was like, okay, what's my bill? I was like, I need to know the exact, my exact bill. Was like, you owe $330. It's like, why is it that much and I'm not paying that? And I was like, well, it's that much because you're 2 months late and I'll give you a breakdown. He's like, I need you to give me a breakdown. I was like, well, I just said I'm going to give you a breakdown. So just give me a second. Now, this same person got into it with my manager and he brought a female up to the property to fight my manager. So I already knew what I was dealing with. And I was like, I have to tread lightly with this dude because this dude is unhinged. So I said, look, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown. So I told him the first piece of the breakdown. I was like, all right, this is this. This is 2 months of rent right there. I go to the next one. This is insurance. I was like, why do I have insurance? I was like, well, he goes, I've been renting for 2 years. I was like, yeah, you've had insurance for 2 years. He's like, well, what does the insurance cover? Like if a tornado hits a building? Sorry, booger sugar. I was like, well, yeah, if a tornado hits the building, yeah, you're covered for that. Fire, flood, theft, pest. If anything happens, the building collapse, you're going to get money back. You'll get $5,000 back at least. I was like, well, you made me get insurance. I was like, well, no, so you have to have some kind of insurance. You don't have to have my insurance, but you have to have something. I was like, I goes, just like if you buy a house, if you buy a car, you got to have insurance. I was like, well, no, those are optional. I was like, no, insurance for your car is not optional. If you buy a home, that is not optional. you have to have insurance. Now, again, you don't have to have my insurance. Well, I shouldn't have to pay. I mean, you have locks on the doors, right? That's insurance. I was like, it's not. It's just a lock. It's added security. And it just kept going back and forth. And finally, I hear some rustling, and the lady takes phone. I was like, hello? Hi. Who am I speaking with? I was like, this is Dante. Hi, Dante is, she asked for my manager. I was like, is she there? I was like, she's off today, but she will be back in tomorrow. She was like, well, okay, because we always talk to her. So I just feel like we might be better off talking with her. Is that okay? I was like, that's perfect. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm a document here. I'm gonna make a note. Is that okay? I'm gonna make a note here in the account so that way she knows she's not gonna get blindsided. I'll let her know what's going on. She was like, that's perfect. She'll be there opening tomorrow, right? I was like, yeah, we open at 9. And I was like, yeah, we open at 9:30. So go ahead and call then. And then I text my manager like, yo, I'm coming in late tomorrow. She was like, it's fine. It's your last day. I was like, all right, you're lucky I'm coming in. But they didn't bother calling or anything. But so basically, everything was chill, and then motherfuckers tried to act up on the second to last day. The last day was real chill. Like nobody came in to bother me. Like nobody called. It was just chill. It was like a season finale. I was talking to my manager. I was like, yeah, man, we cool. Like the one dude called. He's like, yo, the group's breaking up. I was like, I mean, yo, we be all right, son.
I'm going solo.
I'm around the corner, son. Like I'm not far.
We'll have the reunion tour.
Like, I told him, like I'll be Bobby Brown to him. Like I'll show up every so often just to tell him I can make more money by myself. We can't be a group no more. So, but basically, with getting out of there and just being done, it's like okay, I feel relieved. Start a new journey, and just having my fucking weekends. I don't know. Like for all I know, it might get shitty. I might be like, man, I like having Wednesdays off. Like I want to go back. That's why I try to make sure I gave them 2 weeks and leave on good notice, because for all I know, I go to this job. They're like, psych, it sucks here. like how you feel about wearing a bulletproof vest? Not good. Like I'm out. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that's all I got to say about that.
All I'll say about that.
Hey, you was getting fat. You fasting?
Yeah. So started. Yeah. So I'm about to break back into the 190. Lost a good 6 pounds last week.
Let's make some noise for that. God damn it.
So yeah. So I think I just tried fasting. We recorded on Monday, and I was like, I kind of felt like this extra energy. So I did it all week. And some days, most days, if I'm working, I lift at lunch, and then we'll eat when I get back. So around 1. This weekend, I actually made it to like 4 o'clock and then 3 o'clock. And I was like shocked at I feel like really a lot of energy actually, especially working out.
Cocaine does
towards
that.
the end of the fast. I'm like, and then not only that, Saturday, no lie, I was lifting 50 pounds heavier on everything.
Yo, you got that super cocaine.
Like, what the hell? I was like, I'm not tired. And I'm like, I did start to feel lightheaded towards the end. I was like, yo, it's time to eat.
Yeah, cocaine was wearing off.
So far, I like the fast. I mean, the idea was just to cut one meal. But now I was like, I do drink black coffee. And I got used to black coffee again, which I'm glad. Because I like black coffee. But when I get hooked, like, if you start using the creamer, it's like you start craving that stuff. You just got to break that habit, and then you'll get used to the black coffee again. And I'm used to the black coffee again, where I actually don't even want the creamer because it just makes me not feel good. The other thing I'm trying to do is not eat as late as usual and less carbs for dinner. And I've been sleeping way better when I don't have those carbs at night. So I dig it. I'm shocked at the energy. And the lifting I'm like, damn, the lifts are improving despite, when you're losing weight, you just want to maintain your muscle, not necessarily improve. But I dig it so far. And I will say, so today, because we went to that bar, ate some food I haven't been eating all week. I ate so clean all week, and I felt like crap after eating like fries. And I was like, ugh. I kind of don't like this. I don't like the bloated feeling.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll just stick to what I was eating. And if I go out drinking, it's like, I know what I can drink. I don't need all the that food you kind of eat with drinking, like the fries and
Yeah.
pizza stuff. Because there's a pizza I make at home that's a little bit more healthy that I actually like. We just use chicken to get protein, and I think you said you get bored of like grilled chicken. Kind of hide it
Yeah.
on a pizza. That's a good way to get it in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like you got to get
That's my
creative.
way.
Yeah, you have to definitely get creative with grilled chicken, because it's kind of bland. Like we'll do like hot sauce, you know,
Yeah, hot sauce is
some
good
like
on it.
seasoning salt. You know, we try to like mix that shit up a little bit, but it's like I just can't do it. Yo, so I was just on my phone, not like ignoring your story, but like when you mentioned black coffee, I was trying to pull up Everlast Black Coffee. Yo, why are streaming services so disrespectful? I type in black coffee, a billion different black coffee songs come up, and not a single one said Everlast. So when I type in Everlast Black Coffee, it comes up. And it's like, okay, fuck you guys. Now I don't even want to listen to it. Fuck you. You made me work for it.
That
Bitch.
song, by the way, which is really good. There's some remix, and I don't know that it was released officially, but I came across it on like YouTube, and the remix is tight. It's like more bluesy.
Like I like that second album a lot. That's when I talk about like albums that I like to listen to, like straight through without skipping songs. Garbage, their first album, um, Madonna's Bedtime Stories, Everlast, was it Eat at
Yeah,
Whitey's? You know, those amongst, you know, those albums that I know I could put them on and I can get on the treadmill, I can get on the elliptical, I can go for a jog, and I don't feel like, oh, I gotta skip the song because you know, I don't like the song. Like every song, you know, they may not all be my favorite, but they all have some quality to them that I enjoy. Um, but that song especially is one of those ones that's just like it catches you, it'll catch you off guard because it's like, you're like okay, and then you start listening, it's like oh damn, oh, that's hitting in the feels right now, son. All right, I hear. Oh, you know. Oh, we got the same plight, homie. I hear you. Um,
I wish if I can find it, I'll send you the link to the. It's like slightly different instrumental to it, and I was like, yo, this is. It's like a little more funky. It's freaking good. I don't know how I came across it, but it's not on an album.
um, what was it? So I'm looking here at our board.
This beer is
So,
so similar to the last one.
slightly.
It's a little more tropical.
The last one had a little more. It was a little sweeter, which I like that last one a little bit more just for that.
Oh, it's better. And when you hear the APV, you'll be disappointed.
Gay.
Compared to the last
I need to stop saying.
one. I mean,
that.
9.5. It's hard to compete with 9.5.
I mean, I want to give a real quick shout out to Neps. I've been looking for this movie for a while. Red State, which Kevin Smith, who most people know Kevin Smith for Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, silly slapstick comedy films. He also did Cop Out with Bruce Willis and Tusk with Justin Long. But he also, along the way, did a horror movie called Red State. And I remember watching it back in the old, like, was it maybe the early Netflix days where you could rent the joints and they send them to you? And I watched, I was like, yo, that shit was good. And I never thought to buy it at the time. Because, for me, it's like, in my mind, I was like, oh, movies will always be available. They're not just going to disappear. And sure enough, I just couldn't find it anywhere for a while. And that sent me a link from Amazon. I know I've looked on Amazon for it, and it's always been like $40, $50, shit like that. This I think was like 21. So I was like, oh, you know what? Sarah's like, just get it now. We see it at 21, just get it. I'm more of a stream kind of person, so if I could find a stream, I prefer that because I'm lazy as fuck. I don't think we have a Blu-ray player in our bedroom. I think there's one in the living room, but I don't think this is for family viewing.
Besides the PS5, I don't think I could play anything besides on that anymore.
So I mentioned that down here in the basement, we don't have a media player at all. Just because, like, first off, I don't really have anywhere to put it because I got too many action figures and those take fucking priority over everything down here. Number one, including my family. And then number two, it's like we don't necessarily use the media players that often. Like if the internet goes out and does something goofy, then it's like, well, shit, I'll put on Chappelle's Show because I know that'll run for like a few hours. But that's part of my whole thing with any of the streaming services. I know I can put on HBO, and whatever I put on, Sopranos, you should check it out. It'll just keep playing until I wake up and turn it off. Whereas Netflix, they're like, if you're fucking, it says, hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. It looks like she's busy, choking on your dick. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off, and then it gets dark, and it's pretty cool. I think Hulu does that too, but like when it comes to watching any like physical media, I mean, me, I have like fucking just tons of DVDs. Like a lot less now just because of streaming, but I still every so often buy a disc, and I had to pick up a copy of Red State. We're gonna probably watch it tomorrow night. I don't think I'm recording. I think we're gonna watch it tomorrow night. I remember watching it the one time. I loved it. Let's see if it aged well. I feel like it did. So I'll let you know next week.
I've had that experience like a few times recently, of just where Ben has not seen some of the older movies, and I'm like, "Yo, this movie's tight." Then when I will rewatch it, I'm like, "Ooh, that didn't age well." I'm kind of like, "Yeah, it's not that good. Let's change channel."
Well, it's funny because it's like I don't think I can't say any of the Kevin Smith movies didn't age well in terms of like my enjoyment. As far as the jokes, yeah, it probably didn't age too well. Like Clerks, no, you can't make that today. Mallrats, definitely can't make that today. Chasing Amy, you cannot at all make that today. Dogma, you could, but people are gonna get really fucking, in their feelings about religion. Jay and Silent Bob, definitely not. Even though they made like sequels to Clerks, and they're like Clerks 3 was I think that was a masterpiece. Like, it was a good way to tie it all up and end it. Like, it got some tears out of me. I was like, holy shit. Like, that was fucking good. Like, it wasn't even like, the jokes were there, but it wasn't like over the top, and it wasn't like in your face jokes. It was like jokes that it was just like the way things were presented, the way things were said. But essentially, what Clerks 3 was is Kevin Smith's life story, told by through the eyes of Randall, because when he wrote Clerks, he wrote the role of Randall for himself, and then he ended up. It was like, well, I'm just gonna ask somebody else to do Randall because I don't remember all those lines. He was like, I'll take the Silent Bob role because I don't have to remember anything. And when you watch Clerks 3, it makes sense now because Randall was originally written for him. In real life, Kevin Smith had a heart attack. In the movie, Randall has a heart attack, and then he basically starts to question his life. And he's like, well, I'm going to make a movie. I'm going to make a movie about my life, which ends up, as he's making this movie, it turns out to be Clerks. And it's still kind of mirroring like how he did Clerks and everything and all the shit. And, he's even saying shit like, Jay comes in and is like, why the fuck would I say Snoochie Boochies? And that's something Kevin Smith actually went over with Jay when he wrote the original Clerks. And Jay was like, why the fuck would I say Snoochie Boochies? I was like, I don't know, motherfucker. Why do you say Snoochie Boochies? I was like, oh, I guess I do say. But it was really good. And then the way that he even wrapped up, it was really, really good to the point where I was like, I don't want to watch this movie again because it was that good. It's like I want to leave that memory of how good it was to me the first time, and I'll revisit it just down the line. But some movies I'm like, dude, I gotta watch it again. I want to watch it right now. Like Evil Dead, which I went to see in the theater today. Fun movie. I don't that's not your style of movie, but Evil Dead franchise in itself has several movies. This one was called Evil Dead Rise, dropped in theaters on last week. The Rotten Tomato scores was like 96. It was like solid. That was fan scores. I watched it, and after I got done with it, I was like, I don't know if I would give it a 96, but then I had to really think like, but why wouldn't I? Like, what was wrong with the movie? And I started really thinking. I was like, I don't think there was anything wrong with the movie. I felt like it was really, really good. The regular Evil Dead films take place in a cabin. This one did not. It took place in an apartment complex. And everything that they did made sense. Like in horror movies or shit that like things happen. It's like none of that makes any sense. Why would you even do that? Like all of it made perfect sense. And essentially what the movie is in the Evil Dead lore, there's a book of the dead that if you read the passage from the book, the dead will rise. But in this instance, no one read from the book. There were records. Like one of the kids in the movie, he's a DJ. He finds a bunch of records and he finds the book. In order to open the book, blood has to be shed over the book. So he's trying to open it. Oh, he pricks his thumb. The book opens because them's the rules. So he's looking. There's pictures in the book. He's like, this shit is dumb. Like, whatever. Let me go fuck with these records, though. He starts listening to the records. You turn them on now. The shit that needs to be said to activate the book starts to happen. And from that point, all hell breaks loose. From beginning to end, it was a fun ride. Like, even the opening, like, it plays, it's kind of a wraparound movie. So the beginning is very important. I wouldn't say very important, but it's important enough. You get to the end and it's like, oh, okay, I see why it's important. And, there's an idea that there could be more, but I honestly hope they don't make more. Because I like when a movie ends. Like it ends with leaving you wanting more, but they don't give you more. Because that's just the ultimate dick tease. It's like, when you fuck with a chick and she's like, oh, yeah, I gotta go to church in the morning. Bitch, no, you don't. Like, you get on your knees and pray for me right now. So, but yeah, that was one of my films. I watched a bunch of films this week, but I don't want to hog all the movie time right now. Tell me about the Mustang.
Well, you don't want to go, well, who's the man?
I don't want to talk about Who's the Man. Fuck 30 years
Man,
of
that is a crime thriller.
No, it's not.
Who done it? It's a mystery.
It is a trash.
Ed Lover and Dr. Dre should have won.
I will edit all of this
Academy
out.
Award.
I don't do this. Don't do this.
All right, we want to talk about
what's funny is
like great theme song though.
It's fucking trash.
No, the theme song's beat.
All of it's trash.
Except the music.
Like what's funny is like because everything we are coming up on those 30-year anniversaries of a lot of things, dude.
Yeah, a lot of artists like we liked as kids are doing like a special show where they do like the whole album. It's kind of like, that is kind of cool, but at the same time, let's just do your hits of everything. I don't want to hear the whole album. Yeah,
it's like, look, like you had some hits, but
some of those albums had like one good song. Come on now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because like I said, I was going through the Mariah Carey stuff and I saw like MC30. I was like, oh yeah, because in 2020 would have been 30 years. So I was like, that makes sense. Like, but even still, I was like, okay, we don't need we don't need a concert of it all. Just continue doing what you do. I don't know what the fuck you do, but continue doing it.
I think Jizza played recently, but he was only doing Liquid Swords, which is a great album. But I was like, I want to hear some other songs. That just made it. Again, I know it's nostalgia, and I'd just rather it be a mix, not the CD.
Play your hits. Like I don't want to hear Liquid Swords was a great album, but I don't need it all.
That's it. Like nothing else. Just Liquid Swords.
Like but then again, obviously people went to it, so there are people that want it. I'm not one of them though.
Yeah, I would have maybe went, but I didn't go because I heard it was just that album.
I'll just listen to Liquid Swords. I have the album. What's wild is when I play streaming, like when I go to I use Amazon Music and I go to the streaming service and I pull up an album and they have a different mix of a song that wasn't on the original album. And I'm like, yo, why are you doing that, dude? Like, fuck. Now I got to go actually find the fucking CD upstairs, find a CD player in the house and listen to it instead of just being able to go to fucking Spotify.
The other day I was at the gym and I was connected to the Wi-Fi and then it's showing like someone else's name connected to my Spotify. I was like weirded out. Like I've never seen this. Like, are they listening to my music? I'm like a little confused. I see them like with my name and then then I hit their name to be like, what's happening? Like, I don't know what this is. Like, are they listening to my music right now? Like, I don't know. When I hit their music, I'm now listening to what they're playing. And I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I hope it was Bette Midler.
I'm like, no, it was like some like Indian club music. Club music.
Yes.
And like the song titles were like, I think it had something to do with ecstasy. It was like the milligrams of something. And I was like, this music, it was like some all right, workout music. But I was like, I don't want to be connected to this person. Why am I connected to this person? I didn't choose this. Like, and I'm like trying to get out of it. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't figure out how to disconnect from this guy's playlist. And it's saying he's connected to my playlist. And I'm just like, so all I could do is turn the freaking Wi-Fi off to get him off my
You start
phone.
looking at your shit like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to listen to this either. So I mean, it goes both ways.
And I was like, it showed he had a picture in his Spotify profile. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw who it was. I'm like, he don't know who I was. I don't find a reason to put my face picture in my Spotify.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's some weird shit. There's actually something I'm gonna link to our link tree because I just did it for BJJ Wiki and it was like put a picture. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put the BJJ Wiki logo up. I'm not gonna put a picture of me, bitch.
Friggin'
out of here.
Capital One Bank has an option you could put your picture in your profile. I'm like, for what? Who's looking at my profile and my bank? I hope nobody. But is it just for my purposes? Because I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, why do I need this? I don't know. Shit is dumb. Tell me about the Mustang.
So there's a movie. It was okay. So it's about a prisoner. Definitely the prison he's in is a little rough, but he gets into some kind of...
I don't think prisons are not rough.
No, this one. So he gets into a program about breaking into horses. My mom, I think, would have loved this movie because of that part. So,
the Mustang. Okay,
so
I was thinking. I thought it was a car movie.
No, it's...
Oh no.
So
I don't think I want to know.
he's
now.
like shoveling poop at first, and he kind of gets interested in whatever. He meets some guy, teaches him a little bit how to train a horse. So apparently, this is actual fact that there's 6 or 7 states that have this program of inmates training wild horses, and then they auction them off. And according to the facts at the end, it's like it's above 95% or something of people that participate in this program are repeat offenders. So maybe there's some kind of good in terms of like bringing them back to society. I think the movie's trying to imply like, doing this, training the horses does some kind of good in you. They enjoy it. A lot of these guys are like, big tough dudes that like, suddenly kind of like this training. The main character, there's a bunch of shit goes on. He
sounds it.
He trains like the most wild horse and eventually breaks him in. But then when it's time to do the auction, you're supposed to take your horse and ride him around the ring. And I think he has some PTSD type stuff. So like a helicopter flew by and he kind of gets spooked. The horse gets spooked. Regardless, he gets thrown off the horse. The horse like headbutts him at the end. But he's like, this horse did a lot of good for him, like in terms of changing his personality. His daughter comes in. I think the reason he's in jail, by the way, is him and his wife had a fight and it turned violent. And I think he like gave her some, like beat her kind of bad. And I don't think she died, but she got like permanent brain damage. Because the daughter like
not painting a good picture for him, dude.
The daughter had to take care of the mother, but the daughter is also like kind of understanding of like.
Was the daughter cute?
She's younger. I mean, I guess she's okay.
Relax, R. Kelly.
No, not that young, because she's pregnant and having her own family.
Okay, I mean, so could those girls that R. Kelly was messing with?
But yeah, I guess the story is to show these horse programs might work. I think it's, giving them inmates, I don't know, a hobby that they would enjoy.
Lifting weights is a hobby.
Yeah. I guess the horses, it's like you're caring for someone else, maybe.
Caring about them weights, putting them shits back on the rack.
But yeah, so the horse gets spooked, but he has this connection to the horse now. Even though the horse like headbutts him too, by the way, like knocks him off. He feels responsible. And I guess the trainer kind of implies to him like, yeah, it's messed up that happened because if no one bid on the horse, it's going to get basically put down.
Turn it to glue.
Yeah. So the trainer also implies like those gates over there aren't tight. So he lets the horse go. Rides off into the sunset. He stays in jail though. But the horse comes by and looks at him in the window at the end.
All right, so I watched Cocaine Bear.
Man, Mustang. Oh, I mean, who's the man with the better Humpty Humps? And who's
Yeah,
the man?
I actually may as well just say talk about who's the man.
That anniversary came up with Shock G, I think. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Like the time is fast. It seemed like it was last year.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because yeah, that was one of our first posts. I think that was the very first Colompton post. Was Shakji passing away. So yeah, I watched Cocaine Bear. I finally got through all of it. Let me tell you, man, what a fucking treat. It's like this falls into almost kind of that pocket of Who's the Man. It's not a necessarily good movie, but let me tell you, it's not a bad movie either. It's one of those movies where if you said to yourself, look, I want to fuck around tonight and watch something different. Like I don't have to necessarily pay attention to plot or story. And there is a plot and there is a story, and it surprisingly is actually decent, but you don't need it. Like all you need to know is there's a bear that ate a bunch of cocaine and went on a rampage. And there's a documentary. I'm going to watch that probably Wednesday night. I'm going to watch it sometime this week, basically. And I want to know more. I need to know all the details because the first thing we saw was there's a plane flying over Tennessee, Knoxville. And my first thought was like, yo, Tennessee wants to be Florida so bad. Yo, y'all need to chill with the fucking animals. But then it turns out, no, Cocaine Bear took place in Georgia. That's even worse because Georgia, I mean, they've got Atlanta. I think they had the Olympics there, and then there's that bombing. I think there's a movie about that too. I'm not gonna watch it. Like we saw enough of it back on, in '96 when it happened. Like, oh no, a bomb. Who did it? No one cares. Did anyone die? I don't think anyone died, so no one cares. But Georgia sucks. Pretty much is what that boils down to. But basically, what it turns out, there's a drug runner. He goes to there's a drop off point. They're going to throw the drugs out. He fucks up, gets fucking hit in the head, falls out the plane. I think he does survive. Some shit went on later. I think he did survive. They found him later on. But the cocaine lands, and then you kind of jump to another point of the story. You got Ray Liotta. He's final film here. He's, I guess, the big boss, and he's like, look, Ice Cube Jr., go get my drugs and go get, my son to go with you because, his son is working for him. He's like, and tell me to snap out of it because I'm sick of looking after my grandkid. And then the grandkid says some dumb shit, like kids always say dumb shit. It's like, Grandpa, look at this. And it's like dumb as shit. He's like, yeah, kid, that's great. It wasn't great. He just fell in the ball pit. That's all. Kids are stupid. That's a fact.
I sent you that video of the big mom jumped in the ball pit and then she had to get a crane to get her out.
Kids are stupid and fat people are worse.
There's like all the workers couldn't get her out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's dangerous.
They need to put a sign up.
Her to jump in there, she just sank and you can't get out. She was in danger.
A sign needs to be put up.
Imagine if that's the way you go out. Damn, you jumped in the ball pit, but no one could get you out.
Yo,
so
if I go out in an embarrassing way, it is your job to tell people that it was heroic. Tell them that I died fighting aliens. If I go out in some goofy way, you correct the story. You say, no, he fought aliens. It's a fact. So basically, they're going out to go look for the drugs. Now it flips to another story where a couple kids are skipping school. Let's say the kids are 10. Like they're that stupid age where, like the 10-year-old boys talk about whatever the fuck, just saying dumb shit to impress a girl. I think that's every age, but they go out because she's looking for the waterfalls because she wants to go paint like graffiti or some shit. I don't know. They're like 10, like they're tagging, and then they find the cocaine, and the little boy's like, "Oh yeah, me and yeah, we do cocaine all the time." I was like, the girl's like, no, you don't. I was like, yes, we do. Like, it's like, well, when? Like, all the time. So then he goes, I dare you to take some. I was like, well, how do you use cocaine? Well, you eat it. So the little girl takes she cuts with a knife and she takes a spoonful or whatever, eats it and she spits it. Oh my God, that's horrible. And then the little boy's like, nah. And then he's like, this doesn't taste anything like the cocaine we use. Um, so, and then right after that, that's where the bear kind of pops up and like chases them, and then scene changes. Um, but basically, this bear, he was addicted to coke, according to the movie. I don't know what the real life story is, but I'm gonna watch the documentary and find out the facts. But it was funny because it's like this motherfucker was just like chasing everyone, like, and if somebody had cocaine on them, you're a goner because he could smell it. He was like, I want you because you got what I want. Like there was one of like the park rangers, like I guess he found cocaine and like he got it on him. Like the bag burst open, so now he's covered in it, and the bear's chasing the kid, and the bear just stops, looks at the dude, was like, "Yep," makes a beeline for the dude. So it's not a particularly good movie, but it's one of those movies where it's like, look, I ain't got shit else to do, and it's fun. There are movies where it's like, I would say, don't watch unless you have absolutely nothing else to do in your life. I mean, life, period. This is one of those movies where it's like, if it's like Thursday night, and you're like, huh, you know what? Let me go ahead and check out Cocaine Bear. Like, see what this is about. Because it is fun. Ice Cube Jr. is actually pretty funny in it. He fucks up a bunch of kids in the bathroom.
I like him as an actor. I don't. Did I mention Den of Thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just say he's good in that movie. Real good. That was a good movie.
And then I also watched.
O'Shea Jackson.
No, Ice Cube Jr. is his name. Kenneth, not Kenneth. Cuban Gooding Jr. Cuban Gooding Jr. His son is in Scream, the new Scream
Is
movies.
he Junior?
So no, but I call his little brother Cuban Gooding Jr. I don't know his real name.
Omar.
That's racist.
He was on Wild and Crazy.
I know
Kids.
he's on. I know he's on that. I don't know.
I think it was Omar Gooden.
Probably. I don't know. Sounds racist. Just saying any black dude's name is Omar. That's fucked up.
I don't know any Omars.
Like
That's not common.
You don't know any Omars?
No, I don't know any real life.
I know
Omar.
2 Omars. That's real fucked
tight.
up. Like, and they're both black.
I wish I knew an Omar.
Not these Omars.
Oh, I'm thinking of Ahmed. Yeah, I don't know Omar.
But nah, Cuban Gooding Jr.'s son is in the new Scream movies, so that's cool. I didn't know that. I only knew that because I had to look it up. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Good for him. You know, the acting family, like the Wayans brothers. Everybody wants to be the Wayans brothers and the Baldwin brothers so bad, yo. Everybody always like have a family full of
Did
actors.
Omar only do Wild and Crazy Kids?
Nah, remember that show on ESPN, Playmakers? It was about
The Rock. Was that the Rock show?
No, that's Ballers on HBO.
Okay.
Now Playmakers only had 1 season, but NFL made ESPN pull that shit down. They're like, no, because it was like too close to home. Because it was like basically Cuban Gooding Jr. played the young running back on the team, and there was someone else that was like the Asian running back. It was like basically you're about to lose your job to this young kid, but it turns out the young kid also has a drug problem. And then there's like the tight end of all players on the team is gay, and there's someone, I think the veteran running back is weird because he pushed his wife, but it wasn't like an intentional like spousal abuse thing, but then it turned into a story as if it was, and she even made it clear it was not, but somehow down the line it became this whole thing like, no, it was intentional. But there was a lot of shit going on, and I think NFL was like, nah. like don't do that shit. Well, I remember there was like, I listened to like a radio show and like Deion Sanders was talking to Michael Irvin, and he clown was like, yo, I heard they made a show about you on ESPN. It's called Playmakers. And this was like fresh around, like there's more talk about Michael Irvin and his coke problem. But
yeah, I was gonna say he should have been on cocaine. He would have been feeling it.
But yeah, he did that show. And the funny thing is, everybody, I think they made the playoffs, but like the only person to make the Pro Bowl was the gay tight end, and that became kind of a big story of the show too, because he was gay, and like players were like, I don't want to fucking play on the same team as this guy. I think I want to say this was like 2003. This came out maybe 2002, and just disappeared. It did well, and NFL's like, not going to do well anymore. You know why? Because that show's gone.
PC nowadays.
Yeah, no shit. I also watched this movie called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It was a horror movie filled week for me, which is kind of always the case. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I didn't want to watch it initially because it's a bunch of young 20-somethings in the film. And I'm always like, oh, God, I fucking hate that group of people. Because it's like all the party kids and they're rich. But it was like after watching it, I was like, I told her, I was like, yo, it wasn't bad. And then I started really thinking, I was like, yo, I really fucking like that movie. Like, kind of like just not to give it away completely. Because what is it on Prime? It's somewhere streaming. But it's like a group of friends. I want to say, what was it? 5 females, two dudes, so like a group of 7 friends. They're all gonna like be having a weekend at a friend's house. Pete Davidson, the dude who's dating Kim Kardashian, it's his parents' house, and there's a hurricane coming. They know it, so they like that was the plan. Was kind of like to hunker down for the hurricane, like just kind of party. That's a weird thing to do. Like if I'm gonna be honest, like hey, we know a storm's coming. Let's all get together and like hang out in the storm. Like no. There's a storm's coming. I'm going where the storm isn't. That's maybe that's just the Gen X in me talking. I don't know. Maybe I'm not dumb. So they all get together and they play this game called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And what it is like we've played it before. I don't think we've played, but I know I've played it where we all draw a card. If you have the Ace of Spades, you're the killer. Don't let anyone know that you're the killer. It's like that game Among Us on the computer. Someone's the killer, but you don't know who, type deal. So it's you don't know who's the killer, but there's this one guy that's there with them that seems a little off. And someone says, "Oh, he's a vet." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." He saw combat. Da da da. So you go throughout the story, and you playing the game. He is laying on the ground, and like you're like, "Oh shit, he's dead." He's not dead. Like he was just really good at fucking playing dead. So he pops up and everybody's like, "Oh shit," everybody kind of gets mad at him. Pete Davis really gets mad at him, and then he's like, "Well, okay, you know what? You guys are fucking with me. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to sleep." Power goes out, and then suddenly people start dying, and now it's really a whodunit. And when you actually get to the bottom of who actually done it, that's what made the movie really enjoyable. Because it's not at all what you would fucking expect. I wouldn't normally recommend this movie, like just looking at what the cast is, but like really watching it, there was a real lesson in all of this. Not for us because we're old, but like for like rich kids, like and young kids specifically, like when it comes to like who's really your friend and friends and like what does that mean? And like watching, I was like after you find out who killed who. And what kind of spiraled all of this shit out of control. Then you start to really understand. I was like, damn, that was actually a decent movie. And one thing that they did in this movie that I told Sarah was kind of funny about it is like, they kind of played to all like the little current day like tropes and nuances. Like, oh, stop gaslighting me. Or were you going to call me a narcissist next? Using all the like the hot buzzwords and shit. I was like, okay, I see the shade they're throwing there. See what I did there? I used a kid word. I'm cool. But it was actually a decent movie. Like out of the 3 movies I watched, Evil Dead is easily like the one I would say like that's a watch for sure. When it does come out streaming, I will watch again. I don't know that I would buy it, but it's like one that I wouldn't like watch all the time if I owned it. But if I saw it on something, I would always turn it on. Because it was a fun movie. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I'm probably going to watch that again tonight. Because it was actually a fun movie. Despite me looking at everyone in that movie like, I fucking hate all of you. But then I was like, after watching, I was like, I still hate you all. But good for that movie. And then Cocaine Bear is just a fun romp. So there you fucking have it. What else is on this fucking board?
Shark.
Oh, I can't wait. No. Like I think like there's a cocaine shark and there's a meth gator coming out. I can't wait till that happens. Because meth gator, I'm going to a fucking theater for that. I'm gonna be first in line. I might camp out for tickets. I'm in.
That's a question. Let's do our beer.
Yeah. Let's do the beer and get to our questions real quick.
Brooklyn Brewery.
Brooklyn's finest.
Bel Air Sour. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. No. So we have another sour. It's a tropical sour. anything to say? It's a wild ale with a tartness up front that opens to a riot of tropical fruit.
Fancy words.
Soft barley and wheat malts keep things. Oh, dang it! I don't write my notes. I went to the other page.
Dummy.
Keep things dry and refreshing. It is dry.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
Some people like that. It's a little similar to the last beer in that it's a sour. Taste is different, but this falls significantly from the 9.5 to the 5.8, but
Oof.
not hateful. 5.8.
It's not hateful, but that's a big drop.
Yep.
I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
Yeah, it's tasty enough. I mean, I'd buy it on one of those like, I need to grab something quick.
I mean, yeah, 5.8. It'll get you messed up because these sours are kind of crushable.
Yeah, like a 5.8 is like it's not gonna get me fucked up fast, but it'll sneak up on you.
It's good maintenance beer too.
That is a fact. Ooh,
I'm gonna go 6.9 though, but I wanted it to be a 7 overall, but it's close enough.
that's a good maintenance beer if you had like let's say you had like a 9.5, and then you had like 2 of these.
There you go. We drink the Berry Monkey with the Bel Air sour.
Ooh, that's a gold.
That's a good combo.
Like one Berry Monkey, then two of those jump offs. I like that.
Oh, by the way, the bar I went to today, they had Tropical Truth on draft, which is pretty rare. It's an 8%er.
Ooh, we might gotta hit that spot. All right. We got questions?
Yep.
Let's jump into
13
them.
question.
All right, let's go.
Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character?
Cartoon character? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
Jessica Rabbit was
Yeah,
pretty
I
hard.
mean,
I think everyone liked her.
Yeah, that was back in the day. What's the one rabbit from fucking Space Jam?
I don't
I
know.
don't know her name, but I know I was like, oh, that's a
So
cutie
her-
pie. I watched that
Gem.
Jim and the Holograms. Oh, I know all the songs from Jim and the Holograms, yo. I could sing them all right now. I got them all. I liked Zootopia, the little rabbit from Zootopia. She thick. It's fucked up.
Which Daphne?
Daphne.
Scooby Doo?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, so something else. I like what's her name from the Chipettes, the cool one. Was it Bridget?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So that's what their name was.
Bridget, Jeanette, and Eleanor.
Alvin and Chip. Yes.
Yeah. So Alvin, Simon. So Alvin and Bridget, Jeanette, and Simon.
You know you liked Eleanor.
Yeah, she freak. Those girls with the glasses be real freaks. Yo.
I think. Wait. Oh
no, Eleanor was a thick one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. She probably.
she was Theodore.
Yeah, I'm alright with that too. Cause
Yo, why'd they have to pair up my body type? By the way.
Because it was the 80s. They said just do it.
Yeah, they're like literally clones of each other.
It was like, hey, and they
Janet
all
and Simon both had glasses, both tall.
wore blue. I was like, just do it. Just do it. It seems right. You know, I can't find Alvin and Chipmunks, like the cartoon, anywhere streaming.
Oh, that is true. Like nothing of them. They had that one weird, strange movie.
Well, yeah, they had like
but
3
they
of
don't
them.
play the cartoon.
There are like 3 of those movies, but yeah, the cartoon is unavailable, and I'm really pissed about that. Like, I'm gonna actually probably start a petition because I think that's the cool thing to do now. Start petitions. I don't think it does anything though.
Tell people you identify as a chipmunk.
Nah, that's weird.
Is there anything you'd wait in line for a week to do, see, or get?
Meth Shark.
A week? I mean, if I get free house, I'm
Well,
like
for
absurd,
a week.
But
Yeah, there's probably
in terms of
nothing.
normal things, yeah, I don't think I would
No.
wait for it.
There's nothing I'd wait for a week for. In line for a week?
Yeah,
No.
in line.
No.
If flowers could talk, what do you think they would sound like?
Peeps. They just
Yeah.
like beep boop beep boop 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 boop. Boop, boop.
Hi.
Like flowers are like, yo, stop stepping on me, motherfucker.
Thirsty.
Whoa.
Or, yo, it'd be funny if flowers, like, just diss you, like, hey, bitch. You suck.
Fuck you smelling me for a motherfucker? All those nose hairs.
If you could choose only one condiment to eat for the rest of your life, which would you choose? It's tough.
I don't know, man. It depends on what I'm eating.
But you gotta choose one, so you gotta make it the most universal.
God damn it, man. Ugh. Barbecue sauce, I guess. I don't know, man.
I'm thinking I'm going to go with ketchup.
So I was thinking ketchup because that goes on most stuff, but then again, I only really fucks with ketchup for my fries and maybe my nuggets from time to time. But
Ooh, honey mustard would be good.
you know,
Even though you don't traditionally
I've
think it go
still
for anything, but
never had honey mustard.
man, that shit's banging.
I'm sure it is, but I still haven't had it.
If you could eat an entire barrel of one thing, what would you choose?
Ugh. An entire barrel? It's fucking terrible.
Like a barrel
Sounds fucking aggressive. I don't know, man. Like,
that's a lot of food.
yeah, grapes. I like grapes a lot.
Barrel full of grapes.
That seems kind of lame, but I mean,
A barrel full of...
I love me some grapes. Yeah, I'll go with grapes.
I'll go with a barrel full of Utz.
You would.
If you could shoot anything... Oh, we did this one. I'm going to go with the same answer.
Okay, what's
If you could shoot anything from a cannon, what would you pick? I picked Hasbala.
jizz?
Just cannon. And Hasbala will go flying. Yo, that shit still cracks me up. Mike Tyson.
Yo, he thought
He's
that was a
blowing on him
legit
like,
little kid.
he's like, he's a 20-year-old man. He just looks like a kid, but he's 20.
Yo, he thought that was a little kid. Yo, that shit was
And
great.
Hasbala's like, what the fuck? I'm sure he's gotten that though, but from Mike Tyson too, it's like he's not gonna say anything and correct him. Like, hey yo, I'm 20. But I wish we could get Mike Tyson's reaction of someone telling him like, you know, that was a 20-year-old man. And him like,
He's like, oh well, fuck it, run with it.
Describe your dream house.
That's tough because I don't really have a dream house.
Dream house would have, I like high ceilings. This is a dream house. Kind of like a condo though. I have a basketball court in my living room.
I was
That's
gonna
tight.
say, like, I just like whatever it would be, I would just have like the shit that I like.
I want a
Like,
fire pole to get to my car. Like that'd be tight.
how do you get back upstairs though?
That would be an elevator or something.
Okay, just
I'd
check
climb
it.
up the pole fast.
Just checking because sometimes we be saying that shit and they don't have a fucking backup plan to that. Like, oh, I have a fire, a fire escape pole, and it's like, okay,
It's just to go down, but we all have steps to go.
all right. I'm just saying it'd be kind of cool if you have to climb that pole to get back up too. It's fucked up, but like you bring home a date, like, like I hope you can climb this pole. Ooh, kinky. No, bitch. I mean an actual fucking pole. That's how we get into the apartment. I honestly don't know if I have a ideal dream house or whatever, because I just don't care.
I saw some movie where like, it was a meme, something, but it was like a pool that doesn't fill with water to turn on, and it like opens up and then it fills. That was pretty tight.
That's tight.
That's a dream home, I guess. I don't know.
That's Super Bowling status.
How do you like to be comforted when you're sad or upset?
I honestly like to be left the fuck alone. Like, well, when my daughter comes over, like, cause Sophie's wild. Like, I was playing Super Mario 3, and I was on World 5, and I kept fucking up and falling in the water and getting eaten by that giant fish. And she could see me getting frustrated, so she came over and hugged me. I was like, poor dad. I was like, girl, if you don't get the fuck away from me right now, like, I'm not in the mood for this shit.
Make me eat some food. Tell me it'll be okay.
Yeah, really, that's probably it.
If you could create a theme park, what would it look like? Oh, mine would be roller coaster free.
Yeah, it'd be a water park. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even really fuck with the
water
water like that,
rides,
but like,
Some go karts.
because I want people there. But
I do like the 3D roller coasters are pretty cool. Although they get me nauseous, so I can't watch the whole time. Theme park. Let's get some games in there. But
yeah, I don't know. Like theme parks, whenever I think of theme park, I think about Cedar Point, Hershey Park, shit like that. But it's like, is there any other kind of theme park that's not necessarily just that? Cause I don't fuck with roller coasters, man. Like, is this a theme park for me, or is this for me to get people to
Create a
come to?
theme car. What would it look like? Yeah, so I guess
If it's for
yeah.
me, no roller coasters. Fuck that. I hate roller coasters.
So yeah, we have roller coaster list theme parks. We're probably gonna go out of business pretty quick.
Well, that's all right. I'm balling.
Or
I don't need the
all the
money.
people that also hate roller coasters coming to our park.
Good. Let them come up.
Have you ever had your fortune told?
Possibly. I can't remember.
I haven't. Besides that little game we used to play with the paper. You're like,
Oh yeah. Those
I
jump
don't remember
balls.
what that was called.
I never paid
Yeah, I never did like an actual fortune.
because I just feel like whenever you say, "Well, what's the winning lottery
What's
number?"
her name? Madam Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Like whenever you say, "What's the winning lottery numbers?" I'm like, well, it doesn't work that way. And then it sounds like you don't work, bitch. Get my money back. Fucking dummies.
What is your most hated chore and why?
I don't like doing yard work to be honest, but I got a bunch of it coming up because I'm off on the weekends now, so I'm gonna do some shit in the backyard.
I don't like cleaning the bathroom.
You know what's funny? I actually enjoy cleaning the bathroom. Weirdly enough, I think I like cleaning the bathroom because I like to basically police it. Then after I clean the bathroom, I'm like, yo, hey, don't do that. Like, Sophie, hey, it's too much toilet paper. Using too much toilet paper. Chill. Hey, so you're not gonna replace the roll? I don't even use toilet paper. So I don't even know why we making a big deal about it. That's what's wild about the toilet paper down here. It's like soft toilet paper.
It's just it was kind of a funny sentence for those that wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I don't use toilet paper.
I have a bidet.
I just
No.
I just let things be natural.
I just let it. I just I get done
Dingleberry.
shit and just walk off.
There are people that probably do that.
I'm sure. But I made it a point to get like soft toilet paper down here because Sarah, I think it's one ply or some bullshit upstairs, and it's like that shit is dumb. So I get like real toilet paper down here. So Sophie was like, I want to use the bathroom downstairs because the toilet paper's better. I was like, that's fucked up.
It does suck to wash dishes if you're eating late. Like you're kind of like watching a movie or something. And you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta wash the dishes.
It's funny because like the things that you don't like, I do. I enjoy washing dishes.
Man, you should come over.
No, fuck y'all.
I don't mind yard work. There we go.
No, actually, all right.
Switch it
I
up.
mean, might have to pair up. Might have to be like a tag team here, like the Heart Foundation.
Damn, we're roommates. We have those chores down locked.
And it comes like, yo, the dishes and the
I like
bathrooms are
doing that.
always on point. The yard is always straight, yo. Like, what is fucking going on here? I like the vacuum. Like, I actually don't mind the windows either. It's like, damn, dude, your house is spotless, right?
Which decade, in your opinion, had the best fashion trends?
Eesh, 90s.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 90s. Come on, man. Got the baggy pants. To this day, I finally found some like long basketball shorts on Amazon. I freaking love these shorts because today's shorts are like super high up, and I'm like, I don't feel right wearing them. I can't do it. I know the young kids they like make fun of the baggy short era.
They can eat a dick.
Yeah. Go wear your little short shorts.
I
So
know.
cute.
Want your nuts hanging out?
Last question: did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
I'm pretty sure I did. Because I was the only child. Well, so let me rephrase that. I had 4 siblings. But I was also, I was 6 when my younger brother was born. Then the other 2 followed after him. Then we went into foster care. And we were together for a couple years. Then I went to live with my grandparents. And then I was the only child again. I didn't have an imaginary friend by that point because I was fucking 12. But like when I was like younger, like Sophie's age, I was like, yeah. I don't even know if it was an imaginary friend. I know I would like get a deck of cards and like deal out cards like I'm playing cards with someone. But like Sophie always does that shit. She's always like, because she likes Sonic the Hedgehog, so she's like, oh, Sonic, he likes chili dogs. Like he's such a whatever. She's a fucking character study. Like Sarah's always asking, like, "Were you like this as a kid?" And the funny thing is, I always say to Sarah, like, I might have been, but because of just the shit that I went through as a kid, it probably got scared. Like I got scared eventually. It was just shaken out of me. But watching Sophie, it's like, yo, that is a character because she be saying the most off the wall shit, and I'm like, then I have to start asking myself, like, am I saying this shit around her? Because she was saying some. I'm pretty sure. I'm certain I heard her say shit yesterday. I'm pretty sure I heard her say, "Oh shit," like while she was playing with the toys, and I don't care. It's a fucking word. Like, Sarah gets uppity about it. Like, I think that's a woman thing though. They get weird about shit like that. It's like, oh, kids can't say bad words, and like they can't have like dessert and then dinner. It's like, why? Like, why not? Like, y'all are so dumb. Women are dumb. Like, I can say because we don't have like women listeners. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I think the shout out
Like,
might have been.
what makes you think that's a woman?
Nowadays,
Like,
you never know.
well, look, if you are a woman, where we shouted out earlier, tell your people to stop being dumb. Like, I'll tell my wife to stop being dumb. But I be doing dumb shit too.
Oh yeah,
But
we're pretty dumb. That's
I
why
know I'm
the
really
stuff
dumb,
men do, like, yeah, we do some dumb stuff.
dude. I be doing like completely unhinged dumb shit. Like, it's like, dude, that doesn't make sense. But to me, it's like, yeah, it's just the way it's gonna be done.
I look back when I worked at my dad, like the way I would climb some really high ladders, just like no fear, and
Yeah.
like, what the hell was I doing?
Like, oh, I went on Google Maps the other night and did like the street view of Flint, where I went to school, and there's this community center called the Brennan Center, um, basketball courts and everything, and there's this connector for the roof from the Brennan Center to our school. And I was telling my manager because I showed her that initially, and I showed it to Sophie. I was like, yeah, we used to run across that, and that was not meant for humans to run across. I'm not sure why we as kids would do it, but we just felt like it's the right thing to do. No one ever got hurt. Obviously, I'm still here. I didn't die. I did jump off my neighbor's garage though, because it was like, oh, there's a bush like down there. Let's just jump. Bad idea. Horrible idea. It hurt. But yeah, guys are dumb too. But women, like guys are dumb, like ballistically, like when it comes to physical stuff. Like girls are just dumb when it comes to like emotional stuff. Like, don't let kids cuss. Fuck you. Like, let them cuss all the time. Like, that's the cussing is like the fucking fruit of life. That's why I have podcasts.
For the alone.
That's the title of the podcast. Let me write that before I
I
forget.
never had a imaginary. I had quite the imagination, but never imaginary friend. I'd be imagining all types of stuff. I'd be on freaking race cars, and I think that was a big one when I was a kid. I imagine I used to go to the actual NASCAR race and save the starting lineup, and I'd be like introducing that at my house, pretending I never started in the front. I'd be like, yo, I gotta start like 20th, so the comeback story, you know. Like, yo, he made his way from 20th to first.
You know what I used to do is I would make tournament brackets, like on like poster boards even, and then I would just put like colleges, any college, random colleges, and then I would like take a deck of cards and like basically flip the cards, like okay, this card is for this school and this card is for this school, and basically just go through the bracket like that. I don't know. I was just like a bored kid. I was the only child when I got with my grandparents. Fuck y'all. But yeah, that's it.
I made it to almost 10 being an only child. I was like, not anymore.
And fucking Brett had to come along and ruin everything, little motherfucker.
I still remember being told. I was like, I thought it was a joke. Like, what?
I always wonder that. I mean, we're not having any more kids, but I always wonder like what that would be like for Sophie, because like she's excited, like she loves the idea of being a big sister. She's like, oh, if I were a big sister, because she knows I had younger brothers. She's like, did you look out for your brothers? Like, well, I mean, when I was there, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time with them. I only spent what 4 years with my brothers, 5 years with my brothers before we were all like separated. So, she was like, well, if I was a big sister, I'd always look out for my sibling, you know, my younger sister or younger brother. I was like, huh, okay, well, that's cool. You're not getting one, but
So I was like, yes.
like I'm
Just
glad you
let
feel
you
that
know.
way. I mean,
I would say the advantage of like where I was 10 years older, that's a free babysitter. By the time he's old enough to need a babysitter, I'm like, mid-teens.
yeah, which is trash. Well, that's why we waited on having our kids because we're like all our friends are having kids. So we're like perfect, perfect. Because now like my goddaughter can babysit. The kids that Sarah used to nanny can babysit. It's like perfect. Now my goddaughter, actually, she is due next month. I'm gonna go up and see her this week. They were in the area Saturday, Friday, one of these days. Yeah, Saturday. And Teresa called was like, or text was um, like when you're gonna be home because Elena wants you to like you haven't seen her like with her pregnant belly. I was like, that's not a flex. Like I don't care. Like it's not that I don't care. It's like okay, yeah, I don't, yeah. Like, but Sarah was like real fucking moody last night. I was like, don't come over. It's a fucking war zone here. This bitch is fucking losing her mind right now. She's complaining about everything. If I told her you guys are coming over, she's gonna fucking flip over a table and fucking destroy my action figures. So don't. And I was like, I'm off all week. Like, I know I got to go up and do Nerd Rage on Tuesday. I was like, what are you guys, like, are you guys going to be home? I was like, no one's going to be home. I was like, oh, well. Sucks. I mean, I know there are other days that week, but kind of sucks for you guys because I'll be driving past. But I'll probably go up and see my goddaughter sometime this week. I got her, like, her baby shower was last weekend, I think. So I ordered something off the registry, had it sent to them, and it was like, here you go, enjoy the being a mom. I don't know. Once the kid is old enough, I'll teach her how to drive. That's what I do. I taught her mom how to drive. I taught her how to drive. May as well teach the kid. I think she's having a girl, so just keep that tradition alive. And then hope they're not thinking that Sophie's going to babysit, because even though Sophie loves kids and she wants to, it's like I wouldn't trust Sophie. like I don't know. I love my kid, but I don't know. That's why she's not getting a pet. Like, sometimes you get those hints of Michael Myers in her. I was like, probably shouldn't get her a pet rat anytime soon. I was like, why do you have that blade? So, all right, let's go ahead and wrap the fuck up, dude. Like, I had notes on here for the NFL draft upcoming and the NBA playoffs, but I'm gonna be honest. I've only started watching playoffs today, and the NFL draft is gonna be on Thursday, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. I have no desire to even think about the draft. I know Detroit has 2 first-round picks, and they're pretty decent picks. I don't care, though.
We'll see what they pick next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Washington, do they have any first-round picks?
No, we're like 15, 16 around that area.
Oh, yeah. I think you're like, yeah, Detroit has number 18. I think you have 16. So, all right, well, we'll talk about the draft next week. Honestly, we won't because we're going to forget. But let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. So, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. If y'all have any questions, concerns, criticisms, always feel free to reach out to us. You can find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram. Steve is at thor.bentley on Instagram. And collectively, you can find us at the Colompton Beer Club. Also, yeah, shoot us some suggestions for beers. Shoot us some, hey, get in on the questions, too. Like, y'all want to shoot some questions, send them over.
Yeah, we give advice, life advice.
Oh,
we give you
we give great life advice.
Truth, stories of wisdom.
Like,
and give us some beer suggestions. We've probably had it.
Yeah, probably. I will say this was like one thing I said on Nerd Rage, and this holds true for all my podcasts. Like, you ask me a question, I'm going to give you the straight, honest answer. It may not be pretty, it may not be comfortable, but I'm going to give you an honest answer because it makes for a great story.
I was looking at my upcoming beers. Like, I was pulling out. I try to choose 3 to balance each other. Not do like 3 12% in one day.
Why not? Let's fucking get squirrely, son.
I could have today. I was the first 3 I pulled out were like, ooh, that might be a bad combo.
Let's rock and roll, son. Combo. Let's go.
But I was like, 2 of these. I was like, we did these 2. Like, we've done so many. It's gonna get tough. We're over 300 served.
Oh well. I mean, sometimes them's life. Hey, we gotta do the conservative beer. What is it? The Ultra Right. It's $20 for a 6-pack. I'm down. Pretty sure it tastes just like Bud Light.
Ultra?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good beer either.
Like, it's trash. But yeah, either way, yeah, just reach out to us. We some cool guys.
This sound like Kawhi Leonard with some fun guys. Which, by the way, he's like been out 2 games with a sore knee.
Oh well,
and their team's not winning. I don't know these days. I don't think Michael Jordan would have sat out in the playoffs with a sore knee.
Nope. Michael Jordan played with the fucking flu. So I'm just
Kawhi
saying.
already missed like half the games because of load management.
Yo, these motherfuckers are so soft, yo. God, I hate
It's the playoff.
Yo.
Like he played game 1 with this injury and scored like 35. Like he played great. So you can't tough it out. Like get that in a little shot. I know you can play with
Yeah,
it.
you little fucking bitches, yo. Oh, I can't play. I'm injured.
But I guess in his mind, like he's prolonging his career to get millions of dollars
Shut
at
up.
the point of not trying to win the playoffs.
Like,
If I was the Clippers, I'd be done with it.
I mean, yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like the whole ideal for the franchise is to win championships. And he's
Yeah,
always
so-
like, "Well, I want to make money." Well, yeah, you'll make money if we win a championship,
I'm
bitch.
pretty sure back because he's one of the few players that had beef with Pop. Like everyone loves Popovich, and I think it was over him like being injured, saying he can't come back. But the doctor's kind of like, he can play.
He's like, "Nah, you're all right. Like you're 100%. Like I can't play." They're like, "Yeah, you actually can. Here's the doctor's note saying you
His
can."
injury, he has a sore knee.
Like, fuck that guy,
It's the NBA. Y'all play basketball every day. Everyone has sore knees.
bitch. But yeah. So also go leave a review, motherfuckers. Like it don't take much. Wherever you listen to this shit, go leave a review. Shit, go to Facebook, leave a review on Facebook for us. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts for us. Do it. I know you can. Just do it. And then on top of that, word of mouth. Let people know about us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And tell your mama too. Otherwise,
Mom's like us.
yeah, moms really
Right.
like us. I mean, I have a wife. She's a mom. She likes, well, she doesn't like our podcast. Nah, she's not a fan. I'm just saying. She's like, you guys are a little aggressive. And I'm like, oh, well. Fuck all the way off. And then she goes, there. See? That's it. Exactly. I was like, huh. So maybe don't tell your mom. Tell your dad, though. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Steve,
Good suit.
bye, bitch.